Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot. I've been eating pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. Feed the safe, talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see that hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. I was about to Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment, and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental, and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they menstrual and get the whining like a bitch, just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck, keep it real. Everybody out here lying, save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying in dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they slime with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot. I've been eating pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. Feed the safe, talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see that hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. I was about to Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment, and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental, and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they menstrual and get the whining like a bitch, just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck, keep it real. Everybody out here lying, save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying in dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they slime with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that, going ahead and spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that, wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga, hell no. Now she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me coming the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, ain't no coming back. On my soul couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga.
The full Nicky on my waistline like a big nigga. No limit, I'm a tank, close game, hit different. We focus on who around, not concerned with who's missing. My boots digging, never been a house shoe. She don't like it, but
for my niggas, I up for my niggas, I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas, I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas, one west to the death, no lie, little nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas, I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas, I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas, one west to the death, no lie, little nigga.
Yeah. My title rang bells, I'm quick to put up a fight. Your dark saying is ain't enough, no throwing shade but they light. You know the shark by the fin, but know the strength by the bite. They talking all damn day, ain't got no dog in the fight. Dry bones in the valley, found the body in the alley. Tuck Balenciaga's too heavy, track it down and follow up a brief second. They want me down, they want me broke, they want me keep stressing. My man smoking on that dope, he said he sleep better. I'm trying to knock this lid off, I go through each level. There's no response ahead, now to make her feel special. You go against me, I push back cause I don't feel pressure. This ain't a gimmick, I'm about business, I'm a real member, real problem solver to the roof. Off your demons, man, I do this too often. It's a coffin after every verse. Watch their hands, they double dealing. Shorty stripping on the day of rest, but next day in the church, man, this shit hurt. Grandmama watch a kid, she love him, they don't listen to her. Pops running in the street, the fast life is getting torn. Section 8 in the poorest section of the city, made the best out of it. Mr. Iced Tea with the whiskey, we gon' hit diamonds. Keep digging, keep climbing, listen loudly, speak silent. My youngin', he need guidance, curses running bone deep. Been struggling this whole week, this ain't sweet. Thought he was riding, but he is slowly. My pop told me do what you do, and just be a man about it. If you start building up something, you gotta stand by it. I fell in love with this progress, destroyed the build process. Thoughts from a hustler, an economic mindset, iconic stroll. Gotta meet my goal before the sunset. They always say it's someone better, and I ain't met that one yet. Life is just a game, I'm on a winning streak, who want next? I peeped the whole setup, flipped the script, and now they upset. Only came for mine, I took the time and left the extras in the whoop-de-whoop. Chain of Fruity Loops, they come to take your breakfast. Being honest is not an option, you a bitch, I'm being modest. Co-signer, stand by it, to a point to stand by me. Drive my Hot Wheel like a Johnny, that's the truth. I'm a lion running loose, I'm a giant to the moon, that's where I take it. And that's word to this war scarf, I'm there before the war start. Word to leave your whole mind polluted, keep a pure heart. I'm hands on, I ain't caught up. This shit hitting like a bad kid, got an air, let them hear. I better duck like Donald, I picked up cause all the violence, plus I'm hated cause I'm honest. Real niggas, none left, one west is where you find us. You a spark, I'm atomic, Noah's Ark, just flow with me. Lost a few but gained plenty, flipped it off the same penny. I feel like the chase for the cloud is the new opiate. Won't associate with no divas to feel appropriate. I shine bright and it's not ice, but they notice it. Still controlling shit overloaded, but this that soldier shit. I'm on top, used to want the top, but now I'm over it. Compare me to your childhood trauma. I'm here to make you feel in love like when your pop left mama. Mary J was the result, I know they don't want drama. Man, I just wife Karma, and she got a great future behind her. But I'm bored with all this picky saluting and all the picking and choosing. Yeah, bro, when you know when he losing, you created a fake beef, and that's impossible. Edibles, Christ-like, so I whoop ass. Let's keep it professional. My mind dark with a spark. I'll leave you a vegetable. Stats incredible. Circle is skeptical. Sketchy slither figure niggas. I'm the roughest. If you tryna get technical, I made a deal with myself. The only deal with myself, and on the real, I kept that shit all the way real with myself.
Wave that one west, cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter, ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets ball head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see, I murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree, Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide.
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. 9 boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn the shit into a blackout. We both come from the mother, why you tryin' to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playing ball courts, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. Ask the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, little nigga, I'm made. All these rappers soft, claim they all cut from a hold of a clove. I'm the one with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I be standing on they neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Glock fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. 144, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Body slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Said me try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so we ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
See the bag, see the wooden carving. CTL, you ain't seen it in ages. What has been revealed in the mystery of the ages is we still have the wooden CTL radio. We used to bring this out, I think when we said body bag, a brother had made this for us. So it actually hangs in the school and hangs over there in the corner. It's just rare that we'd bring it out. So Tyree wanted to see it. So Tyree, we still have it. We don't let no traditions go. Nothing. We keep everything here, man. Welcome to another edition of Cross the Line Radio. Kadazai will be here. He has no choice but to be here because he made me join the live stream last week. So his ass will be here, but he's trying to be funny. He said he ain't gonna show up till like 10:30 because he said I showed up at 10:30. Oh man!
For the artist on that last track.
Okay, so now the first track was La'ak and Barzal, my niggas. That shit fire. The second track, produced by Katazai. And when I say produced by Katazai, meaning Katazai made the beat. That's also by Barzal. The last track we played, beat also produced and made by Captain Katazai. The artists are Captain Tywar, Captain Akai, and Barzal. All right. So those were the people that the songs that you heard. And of course, we'll probably play them again, maybe at the top of the hour. I guess we got some things to talk about. Hold on, let me close my video game down that I was playing. I was playing a video game, Salakia. I play video games sometime on my phone. Let me tell you something. I play the same games on my phone when I first had the Android.
Which are?
Clash of Clans and Boom Beach. That's it. Those are the only games I play. Oh, and Best Fiends and Free Cell. Those are the 4 games I play. I play free cell when I ain't got no service. Like, let's say if I'm flying in airplane mode, I play free service. When I'm in the gym, if I go into the sauna, I play Best Fiends. And then throughout the day, I play Clash of Clans and Boom Beach. I've been playing them forever. So I tried to play like new games, but I can't get into that, man. You know, when you get my age, you just stuck with what you're stuck with. That's why it's hard to get new ribs. No, I'm lying about that one. So like, nah. Let me headshot myself. Headshot. No, we not doing that. Let me stop. But so the title of today, what's the title of today's room? Today's class?
That's crazy.
Show? That is crazy. I don't have a hard time getting new ribs. So I don't.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the title.
Oh, okay.
We know you on triple digits now, so
Yeah. Listen, the Shaw just raised the ante. That nigga said triple digits. Good Lord. I ain't that bad. Come on now. Solomon, it'd be like when you think about Solomon with them wives. Now, you know what's crazy all throughout the scriptures? The only thing you hear about with Solomon is that Solomon built temples to his wives. But you ain't never heard them arguing. There's a whole 12 chapters, a Song of Solomon and his wives just talk about all the love making. No Vaseline was involved, no baby oil, no sperm on the nipples, no pegging, no cucking.
So did he?
Yeah, I'm that crazy. Let me tell you something. I was talking to Mama Quad this morning. And he's like, when y'all have no idea, like Mama Quad, I'm talking to Mama Quad. I said, yeah, Mama Quad, that shit Diddy doing, you know, Gorilla Hebrew was doing. I said, I'm gonna make a post about it. I said, I'm that crazy. And true to the man of my word, I made the post about it. And to all you Israelites that don't like it, that's why I'm in a cocoon called ISUPK, because my niggas love it. My sisters love it, because we understand what judgment is. And if you're not in here, maybe you don't, I mean, they got a section called Individual Light. You're welcome. Salakia, let me stop.
And shout out to Round Table of Truth.
Shout out to Round Table of Truth every Friday, 9 p.m. Central. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central. They go live where you can hit that raw, unadulterated truth. Shout out to Yapar Shiar out of Kansas City. Tyrese at 700 wives is crazy. That is crazy. There's no way possible that. You know, there's some wives he ain't seeing in like 2 years. It's like, damn, what's your name? Damn, that's a lot of damn names to remember. I struggle with brothers. I be looking at brothers. Hey, shalom, Mark. I'll just leave it like that. I be struggling. I can't imagine 700 wives. You gotta remember all their names. You ever saw that movie State Property 2? With Noriega, he was calling them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He was calling them Monday, Tuesday. What was Solomon wives' name? 365, 300, 301. They send 304 in here. No, not the whole. See, that's the day of the year she get to come in here. 304. Salakia.
King is summoning you. 304. 304. Paging 304.
And he had that face.
But the title of the title of the show today is Diddy, Tory Lanez, and white Christians are Cointelpro to Israelites. The reason, so I do it kind of in reverse. So why did I put the title white people? Do we got callers? We got that retard on the line? Bring the retard.
Count him as a call?
That's why I call him retard. Bring him on. Do you want you good, right?
774.
Hello?
Oh, shalom.
Shalom, brothers. No, I have a question on Romans 11. When Paul said he's a Gentile of the ones that are not of his flesh.
Where does he say? Where does he say that at?
Romans 11, 13, and 14.
Can you read it?
For I speak to you, Gentiles, inasmuch as I am an apostle to the Gentiles. I magnify my ministry.
I magnify my what?
My ministry.
Shall magnify my office.
Yeah, but New King James says ministry. Okay,
The
office,
real King
same thing.
James say office.
Okay. If by any means I may provoke to jealousy those who are my
Doesn't say
flesh
jealousy.
and save them. Huh?
Doesn't say jealousy.
What does it say?
Emulation.
Emulation. What does that word mean?
To stimulate alongside, that is, excite to rivalry, provoke to emulation.
Excite to rivalry to the provoke emulation.
That's what I read.
So can't you say that's a same thing as jealousy?
In what way?
When you promote someone to rival.
When you look up the word emulate, match or surpass, typical by imitation. Emulate.
Imitation.
Yeah, imitation. Right.
So these Gentiles are not of his flesh.
AI overview. To emulate something means to try to equal or surpass it, often by imitating it. That's what that word means. That's why that word emulation is used there, to imitate. So what he's saying is he wants to provoke them to emulate him that are his
by being a.
It says, if by any means I may provoke to emulation or imitation them which are my flesh, so that he wants to provoke them to act just like him.
And he does this by being an apostle of the Gentiles, of people who are not of his flesh.
No, I'm glad you said that, because where does it say that the Gentiles are not his flesh?
Because he speaks to the Gentiles. And in verse 14,
I'm asking again the question. The word Gentile there, slow down, Swifty. The word Gentile there just means ethnos. That's what nation means. So that means the translator, no problem. So that means the translator chose to put that word Gentile there. But that word is just ethnos, which just means nation. So when he says provoke the emulation, excuse me, be quiet. When I speak to you nations, he can easily just say nations. He can say nation or Gentiles, and Israelites are a nation. So when he says,
in this context,
you got to show where he's saying they are not his flesh.
Okay, it clearly shows that.
It doesn't show. Before you continue, are you yielding that he doesn't say that, but you're going to show that?
Yes.
Okay, because you lied in the beginning. You said I could show you where it says they are not his flesh. Now you're saying you're not saying Paul said that they're not his flesh. You're going to imply that they're not his flesh based on your understanding, correct?
Based on how Paul is speaking.
Based on your understanding. Example of why I say your understanding. Verse 1 clearly say, has God cast away his people? God forbid. What people?
Yes.
What people is?
He's talking about Israel, but
what does that mean? Is Ephraim there? Does that include Ephraim?
Of course.
Does that include Issachar?
Of course.
Does it include Edomites?
Yes.
Edomites are God's people?
If they repent and have faith in Christ.
Where does it say that Edomites? Where does it say Edomites? Remember, Romans 11:1 says that God cast away his people. Where are Edomites his people?
Let's keep reading. You got to keep reading the whole verse.
Want you to show me where Edomites are his people. Remember, the question is, I say then, have God cast away his people? And then I started naming tribes, and then I named the Edomites. You said Edomites are included. So where are Edomites? Show me where Edomites are God's people.
Romans, when we go to verse 11, it says
Edomites are God's people?
It says salvation has come to all nations.
No, it does not. It says, I say
then. In verse 11, it says, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, through Israel's fall, salvation has come unto the nation.
It doesn't say. One second. It says
Because
salvation.
Gentile means nation.
Listen, I'm glad you finally woke up.
Wait. To promote
Hold
them
down. Hold down. You said Gentile is nation, right?
Yes.
So are Israelites nations?
Yes.
Thank you. And Israelites are a part of that. The reason why
I'm gonna show you how
wait. So now I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference between you and I. You see how that word Gentile is plural, right?
Yes.
So then that would mean because it's plural, that means it's multiple nations, right?
Exactly. And Israel is one nation.
Let's find out. This is why this PowerPoint is perfect. Now,
but
yeah, wait. No, wait, whoa. I'm about to show you Israel, multiple nations. I'm going to show you. This is Genesis 35 and 11. This is when the angel is talking to Jacob. Are you ready? Go to Genesis chapter 35 and 11, and let's see if Israel is one nation or multiple. You want to find out? Let me blow your mind. Let me get my soundboard again.
Blow his mind, y'all.
Shut up. Y'all was so
You should write it down.
But if you read this verse in context,
really
this nation
30.
is not the same as Paul.
Nah.
Even if Israel is multiple nations, these nations are not of Paul's flesh.
Slow down.
But we can go to this verse. Wait,
no. Slow down. You said Israel was one nation. That's what you said. And so I'm going to prove you a liar based on Romans 11. And then we're going to go to, remember, Gentile is nation. So we're going to go to Genesis 35 and 11.
Headshot.
And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee. So did God tell Jacob that one nation would be of thee, or nations would be of thee?
It says a nation and a company of nations
shall be of him, right?
Shall come from your body.
So now, did he say nation or nations plural?
Nations plural.
So in Romans 11, when it says Gentile, which is also nations plural, that's the Israelites.
No, it's not.
Okay,
because
so
can I tell you how it's not? Can I tell you how it?
When I'm finished,
it includes Israelites, but it includes...
No. When I'm finished, when it says nation, we agree that that's talking about Israel, right?
No,
we don't agree when God said.
Talking about
hold on, I'm still
talking about Israel.
I'm still talking about all. Brother, you're gonna have to keep up because you're terrible. I'm talking about Genesis 35 and 11. When it says a nation, that's talking about Israel, right?
Yes.
Okay. When it says a company of nations, what nations are those?
Israel. In your face, sucker!
What nations are those? The company of nations. What nations are those?
It's Israel also.
No. I'm asking you, what nations are those?
Israel.
But what are they? Give them to me. You already said the nation singular is Israel. The company of nations that shall be of him, what are those?
Aren't they also
Headshot? Headshot.
I don't think you understand because Christianity has you indoctrinated. When it says a company of nations, I'm going to tell you. When it says company of nations, it's a prophecy of Israel being scattered in the nations. So it's telling Jacob what would become of him. I'm going to give you one more. In Genesis 48 and 19. Boy, you Christians is horrible. Go to Genesis 48 and 19. Are you there?
I'm going there right now.
Yeah, Harry.
Are you gonna let me say my point?
I won't let you go as long as me, but I will let you respond after I do this.
Of course.
But, all right. Right. Of course. That's right.
Of course. Typical.
I got
Genesis 48 and what?
19. Can you read it?
You can read it. You make me read my verses.
Oh, so you're not gonna read it? You know, I just read you Romans 11, stupid nigga. Genesis 48:19, and his father refused and said, "I know it, my son. I know it. He shall become a great people, and he shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations." What
Yes.
nations did that one son become?
A multitude of nations.
But you don't know who they are, do you?
No.
Now, what I just demonstrated, because my position is that in Romans the 11th chapter, when it says provoke the emulation, salvation is coming to the Gentiles, that's the fall is talking about the Jews that rejected Christ. The salvation is coming to the Gentiles. That's what proves that all Israel can come back together.
But
I'm gonna let
no.
you go. I did that by showing you that the Israelites in the future prophecy will become a multitude of nations. The jealousy part, Christ gave you the prodigal of the two sons, which explains the jealousy. So now you have to show that these Gentiles are non-Israelites. You can't include Israelites. I'm saying that the Gentiles in Romans 11 is only Israelites. You have to prove otherwise.
Okay. In Romans 11, it says, we can recap Romans 11 for what it says. It says, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their faith, salvation has come to unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. So the Gentiles are going to provoke the Israelites to jealousy. And when you go to verse 12 to 14, Paul says this, now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness? For I speak to you, Gentiles, inasmuch as I am an apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office, if by any means I may provoke jealousy to them which are my flesh.
Correction, we already established that that word is not jealousy, but imitation. Don't lie on the scriptures.
Imitation meaning the same thing as jealousy.
No, it does not. When you imitate something, you ain't jealous of it.
All right. Imitation, which that word means what we already discussed. Them which are my flesh, and might save some of them. So you see that the Gentiles, what Paul is talking about, are people who are not, which are not his flesh, meaning they're not from the seed of Jacob. So when you say these Gentiles right here are Israelites, even if they are Gentiles and they're Israelites in foreign land, they're still of Paul's flesh. They wouldn't be considered Gentiles that are not of his flesh. So the ones he's bringing to jealousy are the ones of his flesh. And the one he is ministering to, those Gentiles are the ones that are not his flesh.
Yeah,
Meaning not
say what you say. Here's the problem, right? It doesn't say what you're saying, and I already established that Israel became a multitude of different nations. So when it says provoke,
just because Israel became multitude nations,
provoke them to jealousy,
flesh.
When it says provoke them to jealousy, and when Christ gave the parable of the prodigal son, are you familiar with that parable? Are you familiar with that parable?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that parable.
Who's the two sons?
Who's the two sons?
Yes.
Those are not nations.
Who are the two sons?
The two sons can represent anybody in their life.
No.
Because we all strayed away, and God has always came and picked us up and put us on his back.
Are you saying that those two sons don't represent Israel?
Those two sons represent individual people.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do. That's an individual story.
I'm gonna give you another shot. In Ezekiel the 37th chapter, who were the two sticks?
Ezekiel 37 chapter?
Yeah, Ezekiel 37 chapter, 16 verse. Who were the two sticks?
Let me read it.
Here, go read it.
But that's still getting off topic.
It's not. It's not off topic. Wait. Now you notice. Okay, so no, let's get right
Paul,
slow down. Slow down. So now, on the subject of jealousy, in the prodigal son, was the son that stayed jealous of the one that left?
You could say
you can't say that. It says it. It says it. He was angry.
But that still represents individual.
No. So who in the parable? Who was left? Who left Israel?
How are you gonna know who left Israel?
Yeah, you don't.
Everybody made the individual.
Was too stupid. What this talk about?
I have this one question for you, Cap, and then you can go. I have this one question.
What question?
Then you can go. Were you once a Gentile, being from the tribe of Judah? Was you once a Gentile in America, not knowing the truth?
I was once the Israelite that Genesis 35:11 was talking about when it says company of nations. I'm trying to answer the question. I was once one of them that lived as an African American in the United States of America, and then I woke up to my identity.
But while you were not woken up, right, not knowing the truth, were you and Paul still of the same flesh?
Yes.
Or exactly. So in Romans 11, where it says, "I come to make those jealous, those who are my flesh."
Right, but that's not
still count as you.
But you're not.
That would still count as you.
But you're not understanding the part that you struggle at is that you have not shown that the Gentiles in that verse. And here's how you know: when you go to verse 26 in that chapter, it says, "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written." So when you read the first verse, the subject is, "Has God cast away his people? God forbid, for I'm an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." The conclusion of the conversation says, "And so all Israel shall be saved." The subject is Israel, all 26 verses. The subject is, and when it says all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. It doesn't say turn away ungodliness from all nations. And then 27
yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
It does not say in Romans the 11th chapter,
turning
away ungodliness. Doesn't say
let me tell you,
turning away ungodliness.
Let me break down Romans 11 for you. Let me break it down.
You said I'm gonna ask you this question and then I'm gonna go. So I'm answering the
No, let me make this one comment. You made that comment. Verses 1 through 10 talk about how Israel sinned.
Thank you. No, you can't make a comment. We don't even need to talk to you. Verse 26 says, "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob." Then verse 27 says, "For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins." So how can anything before 26 be about non-Israelites? And when he concludes the whole matter, it's only about turning away ungodliness from Jacob, or unless he's saying God is not turning away ungodliness from everybody else. Why is it only that he's turning away ungodliness from Jacob? That'd be the crazy part. When you think about that, that means by his logic, that means the Edomites, Moabites, and everybody else can be ungodly. Only we have to be godly. That is not a just God. Everybody want to be like Tory Lanez, banging hoes. Well, we can't be ungodly. We go to jail. We get stabbed 14 times being ungodly. I don't want to be like Tory Lanez. I don't want to be like the white man. I don't want. Listen, when they bring up Diddy, they bring up Hugh Hefner. That's Diddy's problem. Diddy want to be ungodly like Hugh Hefner. Can't Hugh Hefner didn't go? Did Hugh Hefner go to jail? Did Hugh Hefner get arrested? Did Hugh Hefner have hoes though? Did Hugh Hefner do orgy parties? Did Hugh Hefner do pegging, get pegged, have sex with men and women and all that? Pop pills? Listen, he popped pills. Bill Cosby popped pills. Who went to jail? Bill Cosby drug women? Hugh Hefner drug women.
And I've read interviews where the women that lived in the Playboy house would say the same things, that they felt like they had to have sex with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He
never went to jail though.
Nothing.
Cosby went to jail though. You know what be cracking me up about that? When people talk about what Cosby did, Diddy did, and they be like, they railroading them. It ain't fair. You know what they saying? The white man should do evil, and we should be able to do evil too. That's essentially, for anybody that says Diddy shouldn't be in jail because Hugh Hefner is not in jail, that's horrible.
They want to overlook all the evil that was done.
Mm-hmm. That's some horrible. Let me see. Somebody said, so I got to look at the comments. Let me see. Somebody put a comment. You can show them facts over. We got to think about that. And what I mean by think about that is you got Meg Thee Stallion. Wait, so first we got Diddy in here, so I'll talk about Diddy a little bit. So what we finding out, I saw it, go on Instagram and go to No Jumper's page. No Jumper had the cleanest one I think I wanted to see. Let me make sure. I think it might be No Jumper LA. No Jumper. Let me see. I think it. Yeah, that one. Yeah, go to No Jumper LA and go to that. Yeah, that third one right there. Go there. Now, the first day of the trial, share that on the screen. Share that on the screen. I shot. First day, they got this. This is what Cassie said. Cassie said, and I quote, let me go. Cassie said, "I'm always ready to freak off." Saul said that damn like Kevin Hart. Damn. Is that a caller?
Court? This was in court.
Check and see if that's a caller. Check and see if that's a new caller. Is that a new caller?
No,
All right, that's right. It says, "I'm always ready to freak off. I feel like I want to F." Man, that's a hell of a feeling. Can't wait for you to tease my P raw. How do you tease a P raw? You don't tease it to get it raw. So
Cassie knows.
Apparently Cassie knows. It says, this is the highlight. It said Cassie expressed to Diddy that she was excited to participate in freak offs, at least based on the text message between the exes that was just read in court. The singer is being cross-examined by Diddy's defense team. Now, I want everybody to pay attention to something too. This has nothing to do with the case that he's being taken to court for. He's not being taken to court for abuse of Cassie. It'd be an open and shut case. If this was about abuse of Cassie, it would be an open and shut case because we all saw the video of him kicking the shit out of her. I mean, he kicked her like Adam Vinatieri.
Horrible.
He kicked her like Adam Vinatieri for the Patriots that won them Super Bowls for Tom Brady. He kicked the shit. I said, God damn.
And that was from the security cameras.
Yeah.
Like, what did the security of the hotel do?
Yeah, I don't know. So when she telling them stories, I was saying this in class the other day. Go on my Facebook page. I want to play this video. I want you to go sidebar. Go on my Facebook page. I want you to play this skit. This is a skit by Dave Chappelle. Right? This is how that husband had to feel, man. Listen, I don't know if I could have said, I don't want to know none of my wives. The ghost of P Pass. I don't want to know the ghost of P Pass. I'm sorry. Scroll down. You're gonna see Dave Chappelle and this woman in the audience. Yeah, I think no. Yeah, that one. Play that for the people. Play that for the people one time. Pause it. Play that for the people one time. And again, the phone line is open. The phone number to call is, you don't have the phone number in the stream where it says just call in to join live. Oh yeah, my bad. The phone number to call is 917-779-9499. If you have a question and you want to join in through the Restream link, the link is pinned. We'll take all your questions, solve all your problems. Go ahead and play that, please.
Craziest thing you ever did sexually?
The craziest thing I ever did. Okay. One time I had a three-way with these two guys in college, and my sorority sisters were like cheering me. Yeah, that'd be it.
What about you, sir? Craziest thing I ever did sexually? That'd probably be having sex with old gangbang here without a rub. It's fucking done, man. This date is over.
Wait a minute. Hold. I'm kidding.
Date is over.
don't want to hear about no damn gangbang, man. And you know that Cassie's husband got her pregnant. She got a baby in her womb right now.
You know they say that a woman can keep that DNA in her, so that way the child can come out looking like someone from 8 years ago.
That's a lot of DNA.
That's crazy.
But we don't know if there was nothing in Cassie because Cassie was putting the sperm and rubbing it on Diddy nipples.
That's what they saying in court.
I don't know what we're supposed to do. I don't know what y'all like. Diddy is a sick F word, but Cassie is also a sick F word. And you know how like when Jennifer Jaime gave that breakdown and said that the women was abusing Gorilla, you could say Cassie was abusing Gorilla. There's one where Cassie said she stayed with Diddy because she didn't want Diddy to get with another woman. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Seems like she was with it. She was 100% down with it.
I keep telling y'all, man, y'all got to look up what Kim Porter and them said about Cassie, because Kim Porter's family said Cassie was abusing Kim Porter too. Y'all be thinking these women be innocent. And it's so easy to crucify and vilify a black man and make him seem like he's a monster. When he ain't a monster, they both, or at least at best say both of them are monsters. So I think what the Diddy thing should be is an example of a high value man is not this. Before this came out, Diddy is looked at as a high value man, somebody y'all should look up to, rock the boat. He's, people want to be with him, hang around him. And then always understand this too. It ain't just Diddy in that entertainment world. That whole entertainment world is full of all of this type of. You think Diddy, when Diddy is having emoji parties, he not having them with strangers. He having them with his peers.
People you love and admire.
People you love. And I know y'all like to think 50 Cent got a pass. I don't give 50 Cent a pass either. I don't give none of them niggas a pass. None of them. Anybody did a song with Diddy, I think you was at the party. All of them. Did somebody join in on the live or was that Katazai?
HOK GOAT.
Oh yeah, bring whoever this nigga is. I need to know who the HOK GOAT is. Bring that nigga on. The HOK GOAT is me. I'm the HOK GOAT. Bring the HOK fake GOAT on. Bring him on. Nah, this ain't Sinetta. Bring him on. What's going on? Who's the HOK GOAT besides me?
Let me put my face in the light. You know who it is. Come on, man.
This JJ 7000. This Dynamite. Nah, I don't know. Hey, Jeremiah, what do you follow now? Hey,
I believe there's a creator.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you don't sound too clear. That Boost mobile phone you got. I don't know if you're too far from the Wi-Fi. There's a number you could call in if your service is bad.
Okay. Yeah, I call.
Look on.
All
right, look on. Yeah, because you're going kind of choppy a little bit. But if you call in, I'll bring you right on. All right. I know, swear. There's only one GOAT on the HOK. That's me.
Captain.
Okay.
So sorry.
Okay. Oh man,
that's crazy to think that all this is being revealed, and you have your children at these hearings.
Yeah, I heard Diddy daughters walked out on the first day. They start talking about him rubbing. They start talking about him watching his wife get banged. I didn't know that was a thing amongst black men like that. I didn't know black men was into watching their wives get. I'm too much of a control freak. When I tell y'all I'm a control freak, I am absolutely a control freak. And I couldn't fathom watching nobody. I damn near don't want a man talking to my wife. I don't understand it.
I thought that was a white thing. Always.
I thought that was a white person thing too. Because white people, they naturally gay, they naturally whores, they naturally freaky, do all that type of stuff. I thought that was that thing. But when you think about it, when a black man goes to get into the white man's world, you become just like him. I pushed the button by mistake. My bad. But you become just like him when you get into that world. If you think about it, the Cosbys, the Richard Pryor, that was another gay nigga. If you start going, the
Wayans
is the gayest of the gay. I was watching that movie Norbit. There's a scene in the movie Norbit that is supposed to be a woman, but ain't nothing but niggas. There's a scene in the movie Norbit where Norbit, who is Eddie Murphy, and then he's also Norbit, which is Eddie Murphy. So he married to himself in the movie.
He's playing the big woman.
Yeah, he playing the big woman. How you doing? He playing that woman, right? And then Norbit is cheating with Marlon Wayans. The power tap. When you're like, power tap. And then there's a scene in the movie where Norbit catches Rasputia, his wife, which is Eddie Murphy, cheating on him with Marlon Wayans, who's the power tap dude. And when they in the room, it's three niggas. And then Marlon is like hitting Rasputia from the back, and then Norbit is walking in on him hitting Rasputia from the back. So Marlon is hitting a nigga from the back that's supposed to be a woman. And then Norbit is like, I can't believe you do this to me. You're a whore. That's the world we live in. When 1 John 2:15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. That's what it's talking about. You can't serve two masters. Like you gotta think about it. Like if you're gonna be about the Most High, you're not really gonna have. I think so. I'll say it like this because I've been blessed to be able to be in like the entertainment side, like to deal with certain celebrities and stuff like that. But I ain't never they know, hey, Cap ain't coming here for this. I ain't doing none of that. You got, it's a very, very, very thin line. You can't. And even when Christ says it'll be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle before the rich inherit the kingdom, because the riches of this world is enticing. What was we reading in class when it says stolen waters is sweet, which goes right into Tory Lanez. When you desire whores, them stolen waters is sweet. And you don't think that you're stealing nothing because you're buying it. That's the crazy part. Because you're buying a whore, you think you're not stealing nothing. But to the Lord, you are stealing something. The weirdest thing in the world was that people are mad now that Megan lied. Can you give me the lie? Give me the two things Megan did. Well, no, let's do it in the order like we did in class. Give me the video with the security guard, with the lawyer saying that the security guard revealed she was lying. Let's do that one first. That's on my Instagram. No, well, you might be able, it might be better. See if you can find that on YouTube, because remember, you couldn't scroll past to the rest of the video and play it. So in the YouTube, look up Tory Lanez security guard or something like that. Maybe the video will pop up that way. See if you can find it.
And it's crazy because I remember when this story first came out, when it was breaking, we did camp speakings on this and how there was no evidence linking Tory Lanez to that gun and the discharging of that gun.
Evidence?
No gunpowder on him.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the video right there. Shout out to Eric Davis. He said powerful analogy, like real talk. Real talk. There's nothing that you got to do to compromise, man.
And there shouldn't be nothing to get in the way of you of not compromising. Like there's.
Wait. Scroll up when it says. That's a CGI. The CGI, the body was an actual woman. I don't care what the body was. That was a man. That's niggas. Rasputia was a nigga. That was Eddie Murphy. How you Murphy? punched that nigga in the face and everything. No, you ain't got to pull a comment up. But can you play a video?
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Pete, did not shoot at Ms. Pete, or did not assault Ms. Pete.
Now, what everybody is saying is, how could Megan do that? You gonna say something?
Yeah, before we can get there, did it take for Tory Lanez to face death before he decided to say something?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, but I think his father. Look up Tory Lanez's father and see if he was talking about, because I think he got stabbed after it was found out that they had this witness. I believe that's what Tory Lanez's father is saying. I think Tory Lanez's father is saying that his son got stabbed after this information was going to be brought out, because they're saying he got stabbed because of this information.
What you're saying is, from what you remember, before it was brought out publicly and it was being talked about in the back, that was before he got stabbed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have it?
Yeah, this is his representative.
Yeah, play that part. Now, a brother asked, will he be released because of this? I think it got to go to court and the jury, and they got to check and see. Yeah. I definitely think it's grounds for a retrial. I think that's why they're going to the press, because I do think it's grounds for a retrial. Because you're going to play this part, right? Okay. Now we're going to be listening. Now, I have not heard this part, so we're going to be listening to this live together for the first time. Go ahead and play it. Yeah, Randall Jennings said this story broke 2 days before he got stabbed.
Reasonable doubt.
Okay.
Innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt. The timing of these events raised disturbing questions to me, and I think they all should to you as well. After over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So they pushed it like they gave this evidence to the prosecutors, to Megan's team, and then after that, Tory is stabbed. So they're presenting it like this was done to try to unalive Tory because of the information that was coming out. 14 times is crazy work.
And if he were to die in prison, then there wouldn't be no need for this information, or wouldn't be, what was done is done. He's no longer alive.
Yeah, he would never be able to tell a side of the story. Listen, man, what Tory better recognize is that the Lord had great mercy on that brother. The Lord showed him 14 times.
I think he got
twice in the back, and he got a collapse. He got stabbed in the head too. Listen, man, the Lord showed mercy. No. Come on. Wait,
we got the Twilight.
Oh,
Something.
I got a noise for the conspiracy theory. I ain't got a noise for the conspiracy theory. But go ahead, Kadazai. Get your conspiracy on. Go ahead, Kadazai.
So if I was to wear my tinfoil hat for a second,
You ain't telling me
you know what I'm saying?
on the line, but go ahead.
So what happens is, Tory Lanez, prior to him getting locked up, he created his own distribution blockchain where he created an NFT, which is a non-fungible token. So what happens is he sells his album, and each album comes with a specific coin that it's not duplicatable. You know what I'm saying? It turns it into a digital product, and then it could be resold. He sold 1 million copies for $1 in 57 seconds. So by him doing that, you know what I'm saying, he's eliminating the label. And by him showing people and expressing that, he's showing that there's another way. It just so happens that Meg is under Rock Nation.
Right.
Rock Nation, shortly after that, announced that they're launching their own distribution. So for independent artists. So if you have a distribution company for independent artists, you don't want artists to do it independently on the blockchain.
Right.
So by you eliminating the competition, then now everybody has to come to you. They forget what Tory did. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, he's also taking it a step further where now that they're going to start treating songs, which they already have in certain facets, but like as tradable, like almost like a stock. Like let's say you found a song, right, from somebody like, you know, like let's say DJ Mustard. Let's say you see how many spins that Not Like Us is getting.
Right.
So you're able to buy a portion of the publishing like a stock, and then you get the dividends on all the proceeds that come together moving forward. Rock Nation packaged all that together. And if artists just start releasing on their own and making $1 million in under a minute, it eliminates the need. And now, you know what I'm saying? So like when you look at what Tory Lanez's father said, when you look at how Rock Nation switched up the lawyers, like, you know what I'm saying, like kind of like how Diddy did Shine, when you look at, you know what I'm saying, how as soon as evidence comes out and he speaks out on how he's about to be free, he gets stabbed up. It seems like foul play, and the only thing I could think of is big business.
Yeah, Kada's out, man. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I can't fight the conspiracy theories. Here's why I won't fight the, you know, and the reason why Kadazai said conspiracy theory, because he know I don't let people do that, right? The reason why I won't fight it in this regard is because of the lies that they propagated on this brother. Like, they really just said, Kelsey and Meg really just came with a plan and said, we just gonna pin it on Tory.
Assassinated his character.
Assassinated his character like a mug. Meg says she never had sex with Tory. Wait, I'm sorry. Before we do that, we're gonna pause real fast. We got I think a caller somebody just came in on the line. So to Peace that just came in on a restream, just bear with us a second. We got a caller on the line. We're gonna bring the caller on. Three.
Yo, Cap, what's good, Cap?
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Ain't nothing. Yeah, ain't nothing chilling. Well, I've been watching you for years, man. Like you, General Hashar, all you guys, like the OG YouTube crew. Like, you know, I've been watching y'all for years, you know, and I just want to doff my cap to y'all, you know, just as another black brother from another, you know.
I appreciate it, brother.
But I do have some questions for you, though.
Okay, I like the butt. You wake up, because nigga try to rock me to sleep. Let me wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanna ask you about Genesis 3 and 22. Yeah, Genesis 3, 22 through 24.
What about it?
Do you want me to read it, or
well, I'm going to it. If you could just tell me what you want to talk about it.
Okay, so I just want to I want to know, like, who was God talking to when he said this? Like,
when God said, the Lord God said, behold, the man has become one of us to know good and evil.
and now, least he put forth his hand and also take of the tree of life and eat and live forever.
Right.
Who was he talking to? If it's only, so it was Adam and Eve in the garden. That's another question I have to ask you too.
Right.
If it was Adam and Eve in the garden, who's God talking? Who's he telling this and saying that Adam and Eve is almost become as gods like them? Who's he talking to?
Well, in this verse, God is talking with the angels. He's talking to his council. He's not talking to no human being. He's talking to the angels. When it says the man has become one of us to know good and evil, because the angels know how good it is to obey the Most High, and the angels know how bad it is. God, I don't know if you remember that precept I pulled on this, where the angels know how evil it is and the good. It was a long time ago. I kind of forgot it. That's why
I remember being extremely
I know
impressed.
That's why I thought you might remember when because I can't remember the precept that I pulled for this. It's not jogging my memory right now.
It wasn't like, I remember that. I feel like it was a Genesis 6 discussion.
Like, it was this subject when he was like, oh, you know what? I think it was reversed. I don't think it was this verse. I think it was a different verse. And I actually used this as the precept to the brother's question about this.
Yes, that's why. Like, I remember coming from a different area.
Right. So,
Captain, my perspective is that I think he's talking to Satan in this one.
No, he's not.
Like,
Satan has nothing to do with this verse, though. Satan has nothing to do with this chapter. Satan is not. The serpent in the garden is not Satan.
So who is it? Samuel or Samuel?
No, the serpent in the garden is a man. So this is going to answer both questions, because you said you had a question about Adam and Eve, right? Remember you?
Adam and Eve. I do have a question.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna answer both. So Adam and Eve are not the only people on the planet at this time. They're not.
That's my question. Because like, where did what's the? I don't know the verses by heart, but I know.
Yeah, just talk about it. I know the verses.
Where did Cain get his wife from?
Oh, listen, you smart. There you go, brother. See, like,
because it said that God. Because it said that. Okay, so God made Adam and Eve, right, but He made male and female.
Wait, 1 second, brother. So I'm gonna help you. He didn't make Adam and Eve. Adam was already alive. Eve was already alive. He gave Adam the breath of life, or the truth. In Genesis, the first chapter, you see mankind is created. That's on the 6th day. On the 7th day is when he gives Adam the breath of life. The life that he's talking about is living according to the law. That's life. Living outside of the law is death. So in Genesis 3:22, when it says the man become as one of us, knowing both good and evil, what Adam learned was how good it was to obey God and how evil it was to disobey God, because he sees the punishments of disobeying God. So what the angels is having a discussion about, or the council that's being taken place in 22, is that if we leave him in the garden, he'll just repent, obey us, and he won't endure the punishments that you said he'll go through, and he'll live forever. Not that he would literally live forever, but him and his seed will live prosperous, because they're in the land that is prosperity. So now, in order to endure the punishments or the death, he has to be outside of that. So that's why they said, okay, we're going to put him outside of the garden, and he's going to live outside of the comfort of the Lord, and then now live outside. That's how they experience the death. So the life and death is not literal.
But Captain, how God did it? He set him outside of the garden, and he put cherubims with flaming swords to make sure that they never return to the garden. Like that, don't you think that's kind of like,
kind of like
why do all of that?
Because he wanted to punish Adam. That's why.
Okay, I understand. And the question I had about Adam and Eve was, okay, so if I tell you Christmas Eve, what does that mean? The day before Christmas, right?
Lord have mercy.
If I say,
brother, you smoke weed?
Of course I do.
I knew you did.
Yeah, but that's
Before
not,
you do that, let me add lib.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, I appreciate the honesty. That nigga said that nigga using Eve in the Bible. Christmas Eve. He definitely smokes good weed. He smokes.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you, Captain.
I'm listening, brother. I'm listening.
If I say Christmas Eve, you'll know I'm talking about the day before, right? If I tell you New Year's Eve, that's the day before New Year's, right? So how come when we go to the Bible, Eve means before? I mean Eve is Adam comes before Eve, and we all know you can't have the chicken without the egg. Like,
this is a great question,
right? Am I bugging, Cap?
Brother, listen, brother. I'm gonna tell you something. You ever see that movie Half Baked or something? When it was like, you ever looked at the dollar? Have you ever looked at the dollar on weed?
On weed? Is there a man in the bushes? I don't know. Red team, go. Blue team, go.
Can you take my question serious, though?
Brother, brother, I'm gonna take your question serious, but I can't put a little joke in there. Nigga, this is a weed question.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. But I also want to split that in half, though, because when they say Adam,
even when he says split in half, that's weed talk.
No, but listen,
because
I want to say Adam,
he splits the blunt in half to pour that shit out. Even that's weed
Captain,
talk.
That's old right there. That's old. We smoke Fronto and papers now, Cap.
It's the same shit. So now, but let me answer the question about the Eve. Okay, Eve is an English translation of the word kaya. That's all Eve is. So when you look up the word Eve, when let me see, wait, let me go to Genesis 2. Where's Eve at? So how you debunk what you're saying is you just look up what Eve is. The reason why you're using that analogy ignorantly is because God didn't create a woman before he created a man. He created male and female together. So when you use the chicken and egg analogy, even that don't make sense, because when God created the chickens, he created the chickens with the ability to reproduce. Every animal, every creature, every human was created with the ability to reproduce, but they was created like that. So in Genesis 1, when it says created a male and female, created he, them, when you get to Genesis 2, Eve being the mother of all living has nothing to do with being the first woman. She's the first woman in the truth. Adam is the first man in the truth. That's what that's talking about. So that has nothing to do with what you're implying as far as Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. They're two different words. What you make with Eve is naive. Have you ever heard of the term naive?
Yeah, I heard that.
That's synonymous with Eve, not what you're making synonymous with Eve. All right.
Copy.
Hey, brother, if you got any other questions, if you don't mind holding, because we do got other calls, I won't hang up on you. I'll just put you on mute and then come back to you.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, Captain. I appreciate it.
Hey, no sweat, brother. All right. That brother smoking sour diesel, Kush, Hey, just to let y'all know, when y'all buy that weed and they got them little white crystals and shit on there, that's drugs. That is not weed. You put the next call ahead.
Have you read the Bible, sir?
Yeah, I read the Bible.
Have you read the Bible on weed?
Have you read the Bible on weed? This shit is crazy. Work. Bring in the next caller. I'm sorry. You got to bring Peace on, right? Yeah. Oh, Peace is on. Hey, what's up, Peace? You there?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. What's going on? You got a question or comment? Kadazai, I don't think the person on I don't know if you know Kadazai, but the person is not going to hear you if you respond. So if you want to talk back to him, you're going to have to come in on the restream.
I can't hear him. Let me
No. You'll be able to
do.
hear him, but he won't hear you, is what I'm saying.
Okay, come.
That work the other way? No, if you're on here, they can't.
Hello?
Yeah, no. Kadazai is going to hear the person. The person is not going to hear Kadazai.
Can I speak now? Or
Yeah, Peace. What's your question or comment?
question, comment. Well, I mean, I don't smoke weed, but you're making fun of the dude for smoking weed, but actually, listen, cannabism. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but cannabism is actually it was an ingredient in the anointing oil. So,
Can you show me that?
it's in one of the verses. It's in one of the
Show me
verses.
that. Just show me,
Okay.
and show me where you can smoke it and be a junkie. Do you have it? And I think he's lying. He smokes weed for sure. He smokes weed. Come on, Peace. Where you at?
That's something that we had to battle all the time.
Yeah. No nigga that don't smoke weed defends weed. Where you at, Peace? Let's go to the next caller. When he come back, we'll see. Give me the next call. 575-649. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Derek Shalom, Cal from Washington. I'm the one that did the ginger thing with you earlier today.
Con, that's correct. That's correct. What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I want to comment on the Tory Lanez situation.
Okay.
I remember a while back, Tory Lanez had this thing that he was doing. He was speaking against the machine, what I call a machine, like the music machine, and he was saying about like the wicked stuff they was doing, and he got away from it. He said, well, he had this thing where you can go like independent. Like he was showing like black people, you really don't need them going independent. When he did that, I said that me and some guys were talking, we said, man, them people finna come after him. Because everything he was saying was correct. He was telling you how you can use the internet, and you don't really need them. You can, do streaming. You can make your own money. Stuff like that. It's the man of people. And then we looked around, watching the news one day, like, damn, Tory Lanez, Mega Stallion, and then I'm like, Mega Stallion. I said, man, that's that black female with a white hole spirit with Tory Lanez.
He said white.
I said, man,
that's crazy work.
I said, man, what the hell going on? And so we just watching this shit. And then we look around, Tory Lanez in jail, probably shoot Mega Stallion. Then we watching y'all with no evidence, like you say, when shoot some type of gun stuff all on your arm, your hand or something with no evidence. But we say, okay, the machine behind it. Tory Lanez went against me. That's what really, I believe that's what they're behind though. The machine behind that.
Yeah,
that's my comment on it.
Yeah, I'm not fighting no conspiracy theorists until we get to the bottom of what this is going to be. But right now, it's looking like Tory is definitely in jail for a crime he did not commit. That's
facts.
That's for sure.
All right, shalom, Cap.
Hey, no sweat, shalom, Mike. I appreciate the call. All right, next.
P said he got the facts and he wants to come back on.
Yeah, bring it on.
Hello?
Oh, yeah,
Hello?
peace. Yeah, what's the scripture? What's the scripture, peace? Dude, you're unmuted, man. Peace, going once. Peace. You are unmuted. I'm looking at your mic. Can you talk?
Can you hear me?
Nigga, stop yelling,
Exodus chapter 30, verse 23.
Okay, Exodus 30. Let's go 23. It says, take thou unto thee principal spices of pure myrrh 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus 250 shekels. That's what it says.
Okay, so
do you know what calamus is? Is calamus what you're saying weed is?
No, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can't help it if you got a bullshit connection out. We right here. So now,
no, can you look? I'm looking up the term. It's called. I'm about to tell you. It's called cannabism. It's spelled Kanehbosm. And it's translated to. It's translated to sweet aromatic cane or cinnamon, like you said.
Slow down. Which word in this verse is you saying is weed?
I'm explaining it to you. Cannibalism in the Bible.
But it doesn't
The
say
term.
but I'm gonna read the verse
That's
again.
why. It's specific. Can you let me finish? It's specifically. It is often translated as aromatic cane or sweet cane. Was not the first one of the ingredients. You said aromatic, and it is one of the ingredients
I didn't say
listed in the
nothing.
recipe.
All I did was read the verse, brother. I didn't break down
Okay, can you
any.
read the verse again? Read the verse one more time.
Thank you. Take thou unto thee principal spices of pure myrrh. This is for the drug addict, y'all. 500 shekels of sweet cinnamon, half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus, 250 shekels.
Okay, the term cannibalism appears in the Hebrew Bible, specifically in the Old Testament. It is often translated
What
as
is the source
aromatic
that you're
cane.
talking about?
It is often translated as
I'm asking
aromatic
you, what
cane.
is your source, brother? I'm just asking you.
Can I finish?
No, I didn't.
And then you can ask.
No. Before you read your source, I'm asking you, what is your source?
It's a Bible breakdown app that I have.
By who?
I don't know the name of it.
Okay, so I'm going to read to you. Sweet calamus, Kene bosum calamus aromaticus, or odoriferous cane, is a reed growing in Egypt, Syria, and India, about 2 feet in height, bearing from the root a knotted stalk quite round, containing in its cavity a soft white pith. It is said to scent the air while growing, and when cut down and dried and powdered, makes an ingredient in the richest perfumes. It is not weed, nigga. Shut your
It
dumb
is
ass up.
weed. Cannibalism and cannabis sound very similar. Those are
This
not
is not.
coincidences.
This
The
is
way
not.
they used it,
I told you
the
he's a
way they
weed.
used it might have been different.
I know
The
what.
way they used it might have been
I
different.
know a drug addict. I know a drug addict when I hear one, and you, sir, are a absolute drug addict. This is used for the richest perfumes to this day, dummy. I'm about to get. Listen, I'm gonna make my oil call a calamus.
They gonna think you hustling weed, son.
Listen, it's gonna sell out. Then, yo, Cap, he's selling weed. Bring the next call on, man. Ain't time to talk to this drug addict, man. Salakia.
And that Hebrew word is the same word that's just used for branch, reed,
Yes.
stalk. It's the same word that's used when it describes the menorah.
Yeah.
And this is being
Say
used,
it in the mic so they can hear you,
I
Aisha.
think they could hear that.
Okay.
and this being said for oil that you could put on yourself or you put it or anoint something with. It's not talking about you rolling up the flowers.
Yeah, it's not talking about putting it in a leaf and smoking it to get high.
Drug addict. That is a drug addict.
Jesus Christ. You can bring the next call on.
We got Josh in here.
Oh, Josh, is he on the stream or is he on
the stream?
Josh, what you got, Josh?
Yo, what's going on, Cap?
What's going on? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, just wanted to just make a quick comment on the last guy. If you're gonna try to advocate for weed, there's a lot of other verses that instead of trying to spin this calamus narrative. But anyways, my question is about alcohol.
What verses promote weed? You said it's other verses. You a weed head?
I'm not saying he would have a good argument. I'm saying it would be a better.
Okay. I thought you was a weed head too for a second.
Like Genesis 1:29.
What does that have to do with weed?
Well, I'm gonna read it. It says, "And I give to you every herb."
Yeah, we got another weed head here, just so you know. Go ahead.
It says, "I've given to you every herb bearing seed." So I mean, someone could try to make him
keep reading the verse.
Yeah. I'm cherry picking. I'm just saying, if you wanted to make an argument, you want me to finish? I'll finish reading it here. Hold on.
Thank you. Come on, we head. Come on.
Which is upon the face of all the earth, I give you every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed.
Mm-hmm.
To you it shall be for meat.
To you shall be for what?
Hey man, I'm not arguing.
It don't mean for
smoking weed.
It didn't say for you it shall be for blunt. It didn't say it for you it shall be for inhaling. It didn't say it shall be for burning. It said it shall be for meat.
But that's talking about the fruit on the tree. But
That's actually saying that there's no law on plants. Meaning, how we have laws for meat, you can eat the cow, you can't eat the pig. There is no actual law for green leaves. There is no law for it. Like
Okay,
whatever.
well, I guess I'll go into my question. Well, is there an actual law against smoking weed? Like, because I mean, I don't know. They burn incense. I mean, these aromas are getting it.
What do they burn incense for?
I'm not sure.
For the smell. They burn incense for the smell. They don't burn incense for the high.
Okay. So my question is more about alcohol, though.
Okay.
So,
oh, beautiful. I got my alcohol right here.
yeah. So I mean, it seems like this alcohol thing breaks down to like a matter of like willpower, right? Because in some verse,
I would agree.
In some verses, it talks about like
my favorite chapter on it is in Ecclesiasticus. It's like my favorite. Whenever I talk about weed, because like you said, it's about will, which I would not disagree with you. I'm going to see if I could find it, but you can. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I guess me personally, more than anything, like right, like I have been at the point where it's like I can drink alcohol, but if I drink alcohol, like I'm not like, I guess, a gentleman about it. You know, I'm gonna like drink until I'm fucking blacked out.
Yeah, so you should not drink.
I don't.
No. But now you see that wisdom that you had. That's wise, because there is no benefit to alcohol except to feel merry, except to feel. Sometimes they say in the scriptures, I think it'll say you could drink it for your nervousness, like you can drink it for the belly. Like if you're a little nervous, hey, drink this a little bit, it'll relax you a little bit. But there's no health benefit to it. They make it seem like smoking weed is a health benefit.
So I guess, how does one manage, or what verses would you give someone who...
I'm about to read it to you. This is Ecclesiasticus 31:27. It says, wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately. I'll use myself for an example. When I be doing debates and stuff like that, sometimes when they see this cup that's in my hand right now, there's no alcohol in it. It's actually just green tea. And then I drink it because people think Cap drinking, but I'm not. I'm just playing off of them thinking that I'm drinking. But when it says it's as good as life to a man if he be drunk moderately.
But you also don't have a problem having a drink.
That's what I was going to get to. The moderately is like, I'm not drinking like how you said you drink till you black out. That means you have no discipline with your drinking. So you shouldn't drink. I know brothers in the school that would not have a drink for exactly what you just said, because they can't have just one drink. They got to have 10 drinks. That's why it says, if it drink moderately, rest of the verse. What life is then to a man that is without wine, for it was made to make men glad. That's the purpose of wine. That's the purpose of strong drink, to make you glad. It's not meant to make you depressed. It's not meant to make you brolic. It's not meant to make you overbearing. It's not meant to make you lose your faculties. Verse 28, wine measurably drunk and in season, bringing gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind. Verse 29, but wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling. So now the first two verses was talking about wine drinking moderately, wine drunk in season, bring gladness of the heart. Then this verse now saying, when you drink it in excess, it makes bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling. Verse 30, drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend. Like you can have somebody that's drinking so much that you can see the rage on them. And then what do they do with that rage? They go in to offend somebody. You can't even sit still when you're drunk. You got the demon in you that's jumping on you that made you lose every sense of your guard. Like people have a guard. Like you ever notice, like Megan Thee Stallion said she had sex with Tory Lanez when she was drunk, right? Let's say if that's true. The reason why she getting drunk on purpose is so that she can lose that barrier that probably would have stopped her from having sex if not for the barrier. That's why men get women drunk. Men get women to drink because if I can get her to drink, I'm gonna slip them panties off. So you want to be careful about that. And then it says it diminishes strength and maketh wounds, because if you're known as the drunkard, you'll never have respect. I tell people all the time, right? This is an officer thing. No matter what your rank is, if a man loses respect for you, I can't make him respect you regardless of your rank. And if you are a drunkard, now this is for mankind, period. And if you are a drunkard, no matter what power you think you have, you'll never have the respect that you think you have if you are known as a drunkard. Verse 31 says, rebuke not thy neighbor at thy wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink. That's another thing. If you know brothers struggle with alcohol, you ain't got to bring alcohol around them. You ain't got to drink around them, and you for sure don't give them no alcohol.
Yeah, I went to a friend's house yesterday, and he was at his neighbor's, so he said, come to the neighbor's. And I guess his neighbor doesn't know that I don't drink, or maybe he's been told.
If you don't know you, right?
No, he knows me. He's met me a couple times. I think he's been told that I don't drink. But anyways, he offered me a beer anyways, and I usually just say no, thank you. I think the I don't drink answer is kind of like arrogant, like fuck you, like
yeah. Like when people ask me about lighters, I say I don't smoke. I do that on purpose. So it could come across offensive. Like, I don't drink. Nigga, what you mean? Like I was about to say, I ain't drunk a beer since probably 2014.
Can you make any of these like same conclusions with weed? Like, for example, you have somebody who has some type of pain and they're making edibles and taking it to ease the pain, and moderately, right? When needed, not stoned out of their mind 24/7. Is there any like leeway for that type of stuff?
You gonna say something? The only leeway is if you're not self-medicating. Like, let's say if you go to the doctor and the doctor says this is what you need, then that's what you need, but you won't be smoking it. You could put it in a tea. Like you said, you could bake it. There's other different ways to take it medicinally. Like, excuse me, the herb is a plant. So there is a medicinal purpose for marijuana. There's a medicinal purpose for what we call heroin or dope. The opioid, right? They're all leaves. The cocaine is a leaf. They're all leaves. And so all of those leaves can have a purpose. It's only when you're taking them outside of that purpose that you become a drug addict. Like,
so it's the abuse and
yeah. So if I don't have a headache, I'm not taking in a leave. I'm not taking a Tylenol if I don't have a headache. So it's the same thing with weed. So, but the problem is because it's so easily accessible, people think, oh man, I had this back pain. Hey, let me smoke this weed. You know,
and they're like they're self-diagnosing themselves.
Exactly.
And excusing it like, oh, I had this pain.
Exactly. You want to say something?
And that's very important, because and I heard Captain Kataza say this all the time. Like, at what point do you get healed and you no longer need it? And it just becomes a daily thing for you to just use and thinking it's normal. And that's how you know it's a drug addiction and not something that is prescribed by a doctor for you to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, yeah. I mean, I have some other questions, but if you've got other people on the line, I'll just hang out.
Yeah, we'll keep you on the line because I do think we got other calls. So we won't. So just stay there. We'll come right back to you. That was Josh, right?
Thanks. Yeah.
No problem, Josh. All right. Let's go to the phone line. See if we got phone lines. You being the next person on. 720-789. What's your name? Where you calling from? I think this is Judah.
Yeah. What's up, fam?
This is the fake champ.
Yeah. Okay. But my question is, first I'll respond on the Tory Lanez thing. You know, the evidence been out there from the beginning.
Yep.
That
yes, it has.
It was there from it was just overlooked for some reason.
Right.
The second thing, Cassie's not an angel. She some Danity Kane.
Yep.
Yeah.
She a freak.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you. You know, since you say you the the champ, goat, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, your era is over. You know, from probably 2015 to 2017. Then I came over. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had your time.
Judah, you don't even believe in the same thing that you believe when I first heard of you.
Well, yeah, man. That's called evolving.
Do I believe the same thing?
But I was an Israelite for 10 years.
I'm just asking.
Practice.
I'm just asking if I believe the same thing since you've known me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
Right. Okay.
So that's my question. Since you the goat over there, I got a question for you.
Right.
Is Jesus Christ the serpent in the garden? So we had that conversation. I'm just going around collecting ideas.
Nah.
Okay, that's one. And then one more question. Does the Most High God condone rape?
No. Never have.
So when you have opponents that come on to the House of Consciousness, why ain't you going in on that like I do? See, that's goat status.
No.
See, I'm not letting them flip
on the rape subject. I beat the hell out of Sidnet on that. I beat the hell out of him. I think I saw Maharaka on there one time. I talked to him about it, but I've only debated Sidnet on that, and I beat the hell out of him on it. Nobody's ever asked me on Sidnet's channel about the serpent in the garden. I know Nepal does that, but I don't really engage with women like that. But we've never. There's one time where it was like me, Nepal. I think it was me, Nepal. I think Naftali, she was a behaved woman instead of a man for a change, because that's a man. And another sister. We had a dialogue of a conversation before. So, but I've never had that subject come up to have to defend that. But no, Christ is not the serpent in the garden. And as far as the rape goes, I'm listening.
Yeah. I told Sanetta, do you hear that? Because they was on there promoting it today. But so I'm glad. I'm glad I got you on record. Saying
God don't condone rape. There's nowhere in the.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. One more question. You said there's no benefits to smoking weed, and I just kind of want.
Oh, we got another weed head in the building. Weed.
Oh, man.
It's definitely a weed head. This is why he ain't an Israelite.
Drinking, but
this is why he
I quit drinking
because he want to get high. He too.
I didn't got nothing to do with that. But come on, man. You drunk
Judah.
4 glasses of scotch, and you and I's debate. I ain't say nothing, man.
Hey, Judah. Anybody that defends smoking weed is a weed head.
Okay, but look. Let me just give you.
Okay, but look.
It relieves chronic pain. It improves lung capacity. I know you probably ain't never heard of this.
Weed does weed improves lung capacity. I've never heard a nigga say that.
I know you ain't. This is why I'm trying to give you the 20 benefits. It regulates and prevents diabetes.
It says cannabis use can increase lung volume in some individuals. It also carries significant. Let me finish.
Yeah.
It also carries significant risk for lung health. That's what it says. It also carries airway inflammation, cough, and other respiratory issues. Additionally, the deep inhalation and holding techniques associated with smoking cannabis may continue to increase lung volume. So what you want to look at when it comes to marijuana is a medicine like any other medicine, but it was never designed to be smoked. That's where you junkies like yourself, that's where y'all struggle. You self-medicate?
Well, let me I have a medical marijuana card, see. So I have a prescription.
I'm asking, do you smoke it?
Yeah.
You're not supposed
to? Yeah. Well, it treats glaucoma. It relieves anxiety.
When you tell me what it can treat, nobody's arguing what it can treat, but you're not supposed to smoke weed. When you actually smoke it, you're taking away from the principal properties that it's giving you. You just a junkie that got a card.
Oh, okay. But one sin is not. Hold on, no. One sin is not.
Judah,
you drink alcohol, bro. You drink alcohol. I see you slurring in our debate, bro. I mean, come on, man.
Judah,
you have four things of scotch.
Judah, before you go, first of all, I've never promoted alcohol as healthy, and I've never slurred in any debate. But I just want my the brother standing next to me, Shargapon. He wanted to say something. Go ahead.
So I've always heard this before too, that it increases lung capacity by stretching the muscles or tearing the lungs so that way it could hold more volume. But why don't we talk about airway inflammation? Why don't we talk about the respiratory symptoms? How about we talk about the increased risk of respiratory infections from smoking weed? We should talk about the potential for long-term lung damage with smoking weed. And what I know now that people smoking grabba with weed now. So let's talk about how tobacco and weed combination smoke is messing with the lungs.
Okay, can I respond?
Yes.
All right, now I got 50.
You got 50?
50 health reasons with alcohol. Now what we can do, we can just have a conversation, and I can show you that weed is more beneficial to a human being, and it's using more of the medical field with helping.
Have I ever said that alcohol is?
Hold on, brother, but you out here. But I'm just trying to say, you up here talking about weed is bad, but you sitting up here.
I never said. Wait, slow down, Swifty. You gotta listening is an art, brother. And two things. I never
just call me
promote.
Bro, are you serious, man? Come on.
Yeah, I said listening is an art because you're not listening. Even with the last caller, alcohol was made for a purpose. That purpose was to be merry, might give you a little bit of courage, XYZ like that. There's no health benefit.
You said,
yeah, it was no.
But you said wine.
There's no.
You're not drinking wine.
It's not. There's no health benefits to alcohol at all. I don't promote that.
Well,
there is health.
But you're drinking.
There is health benefits to marijuana if you require the health benefit. It's like any medicine. Would you agree that weed is a medicine?
Of course. And like I said, I have a medical card.
So you have to be sick to require the medicine, right?
You can get a medical marijuana card from
do you have what? So what's your sickness, Judah?
From construction, my back. It helps with my back. It helps me to go.
Why do you have?
Brother, come on, man. For construction, bro.
No,
I've been doing.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Why do you have to smoke it?
Because I don't like taking pills. It messes with my
stomach.
I can do edibles. You can do edibles too.
You can put it in you can put it in an ointment
and food.
Yep. You don't have to smoke it. You change the properties. You smoke it because you're a junkie.
Okay, now watch this. So they put. Have you heard of rum cake? You can be merry drinking rum cake, sir. So you're an alcoholic, since you want to call me that. But let's get to the point where I really call.
Okay, give me the point where I really call.
Let's get to the point. Now, show me a scripture to see. I was trying to be nice.
Hey, wait, before you go.
No.
No, this ain't about you this time. Hey, to the devil Ryan that's in here, you should click the link. You should click the link to the devil Ryan that's in here.
Now, see, Ryan been beating up you Israelites. See, y'all need to see Ryan.
Nobody, but
he been slapping y'all around.
No, Judah, you stay focused. You stay focused on what you really call for. To the devil Ryan, you should click the link. But go ahead, Judah.
All right. Now, Pastor Sai came on last week and said that he could Native Americans. Hold up, bro.
I'm right here. Stop crying.
Okay, yeah. So let's do this debate, bro. You said Native Americans. You can prove that they are from the tribe of Gad. Now, you show me in the Bible where you can prove that, because Native Americans were around way before Israel was even a nation. So I watched your 3-hour video, and we were supposed to debate, but you canceled out because you said I said your name wrong. I mean, that's an excuse. I thought you guys would cross the line. And one of the toughest places to debate. But I'm calling you out, bro. I will come over here and debate you on that topic, and you're gonna lose. We don't have to do add-ons. We don't have to call each other names. This is strictly about the information. Do you accept?
JJ, number one, we were never supposed to debate because you are nowhere near my weight class. That's number one. Number two, as I told you last week, you change your belief in your doctrine every 6 months. I debate you on this, and in 6 months, you don't even believe it anymore. I'm not debating you.
Okay, cool. So let me finish. All right, so let's clear this lie up. I've been an Israelite for over 10 years. Beating up on people
Your
like
name
you.
is Mandinka, nigga.
Bro,
It's not Israelite.
you got damn right. And guess what? They got you can't. Okay, can you prove that you're an Israel? Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, because they want me out of here. You cannot prove you're a convert. You don't even tie to the door of no return to prove that your people came from Africa
Has
over
nothing
here.
to do with
No,
you. You was
yes, it do.
for 10 years.
So,
Now your name is Mandinka.
You know why? Because guess what? The Mandinka Maoris, they are, hold up, listen, sir, I'm going to teach you. They are Judah. Sandita Keita started the Mali Empire. He was a practicing Israelite, but you guys hate Africa so much. No, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, bro. They converted.
Hey, Judah,
bro,
hit me up. We got an officer. We got a brother in Africa. That's an officer. What are you talking about?
But okay, but are you? What tribe is he connected to prove he's an Israelite? Which
The
one?
tribe of Judah.
What's up, Queen? What's up? There's no. They don't call themselves that.
How you gonna tell us we hate Africa when we got an officer in Africa?
You just got him this year. You just found out he was in South Africa, bro. I listened.
First of all, ain't nobody say no damn South Africa.
What'd you say?
I just said Africa. I didn't say South.
So are Africans Israelites?
Hamites are not Israelites. Israelites in
Hamites
Africa are Israelites. Hamites are not Israelites. You know that.
Hamites. Okay, so
is that a true statement? Yes or
no? So bro, listen.
Is that a
so you
is that a true statement? Hamites?
No, it's not.
So Hamites are
let me tell you what. They mix. Some of them mixed. The mixed multitude left with them out of there, and they got circumcised to be Israelites. So stop with the nonsense, sir.
How stupid that is that you say that. I'm gonna ask you a question. Let's see how much Bible knowledge you know. Let's say if I go with your logic that a mixed multitude of Hamites came to Israel, how many of them survived to go into Israel?
No. So you're not listening. I said a mixed multitude left. Oh, listen, sir.
I'm out of Egypt, right?
You getting scared? See?
No.
Yeah, I'm live too. I'm live too.
Judah, just relax.
Huh?
You're talking about out of Egypt, right?
Yeah. Was it all Israelites that left?
Yeah. My position is that it's all Israelites that left. Your position is that it's a mixed multitude. So I'm gonna give you that it's a mixed multitude. I'm gonna go by your logic, and all I'm asking you is, out of that mixed multitude, how many of that mixed multitude went into Israel?
Went into Israel?
Yes.
I mean, left out of Egypt, you mean?
No. They leave out of Egypt. You saying that some
leave out of Egypt.
You're saying some Hamites left out of Egypt with Israel. What I'm asking you is, how many of them made it into Israel?
All right, now watch this. Okay. So Joseph, right? Who's his wife? Is Ephraim and the Manasseh? Oh, listen, bro. Listen. Is Ephraim and the Manasseh mama an African? Yes or no?
I don't know if they're African, but I wouldn't say. Well, let me answer. I don't know if they're African, but they wouldn't be, of course, Israel, because Jacob and them is the Israelites. So that's not my argument. You went from saying, you said the mixed multitude. That's after Joseph. This is when they coming out of Egypt. Sea is parted. How many of them made it into Israel is what I'm asking you.
So you're talking about after the 40?
Yeah, that's exactly what.
40 years of wilderness?
Yeah.
So Ephraim and Manasseh seed didn't make up out of
but they were
out of there?
They're not a mixed multitude. They're Israelites.
Is their mama Israelite?
No.
Oh.
But they're Israelites.
So it's a mixed blood. So it's a mixed bloodline, right?
Not with a mixed multitude. See, this is what I mean. This is why I'm the champ and you not, because you have to lie. Because what you know, here's what you know. You know that none of them made it into Israel. The only ones from that generation that survived was Caleb and Joshua and Moses. And then Moses passed away right before he went in. They wandered in the wilderness because the Lord didn't want them generations of Israelites to make it in. So none of them made it in. But JJ, wait, JJ, give me the phone lines for a second. I want to show you something, JJ. Hold on 1 second. Let me see the phone lines. I got about 7 other calls I need to get to.
Okay, just let me say this, and I'm going. Right?
No.
Yeah.
Bring the devil on.
Which one?
Ryan.
Oh.
Bring the devil on. Are you there, devil?
Oh, come on, Cap. Come on. You calling me the devil now?
Yeah, I got a question for you, right? You said you said in your debate that Jesus was black, right?
100%. Yeah.
So what is the tribe that Jesus came from?
Judah.
Are they black also?
How would I know? I mean, how can you assume the
You
whole
see what
tribe
he
is
said?
black?
You see what he said? This is why I said devil. You said this is how you confound a white man. I said, is Jesus black? He said 100% facts.
Uh-huh.
So is not the tribe that he come from also black?
That's a logical fallacy to just assume the entire tribe has to be black just because he's from that tribe of black.
What do you think I mean when I say black?
Okay. Are you from New York? Are you
Wait,
black?
wait. I asked my question first.
Sure.
What do you mean? What do you think I mean when I say black?
Jesus is blacker than you. He's an African
That's
American.
not what I mean when I say black.
Yeah, what are you asking me?
When you say Jesus is black, you're talking about his ethnicity. So the Judites, because he's a Jew, right? You agree he's a Jew, right?
Yeah.
So then they would be black too. They wouldn't be white, right?
Listen, I'm not arguing that some of them are black.
No. There ain't no white ones.
How do you know?
The word nigger, which is in Acts 13:1, is that pronounced nigger?
Listen, the blue letter pronounces it that crazy way, but that's
the blue
referring
letter
to one
pronounces
man.
it that way because that's the way it's pronounced.
Yeah, but that's a different
So now,
country.
when
That's
you
not
make the
Israel.
argument,
That's not Israel.
so when you say Jesus is black, do you believe that God made Mary pregnant?
Oh yeah, the virgin birth. You're totally wrong about. I mean, God
No problem.
definitely impregnated Mary.
So then God put a nigger in Mary's womb, right?
Listen, you're not going to make any clips
Did,
of me.
did God put a nigger in Mary's womb because you said Jesus is black?
I'm not playing
So
the
God,
internet game where you're trying to
it's not a
discredit
game.
me. And
This
get
is
some
not a
shit
game.
done.
Did God put a black baby
Listen,
in Mary's stomach?
If you want to make little internet clips, I'll
This
just
is not
bounce.
about internet.
I'm not gonna play
Listen.
the game.
You got no. See how you say it's a game? Why is it a game when you? Why is it not a game where you try to tell black people they have to prove who they are to you? But now all I'm simply asking you, I'm not asking you to prove who you are. I just simply asked you, do you believe that God made Mary pregnant? Which you said, yeah. So did God put a nigger baby in Mary's stomach? Yes or no?
You can answer your own questions. I'm not making any clips.
No.
for
Why
you.
you said Jesus is black 100%, right?
Yeah.
So the only way Jesus could be black, according to your logic, is if God wanted Jesus to be black, right?
Of course.
So here's my mission. Here's my job for you. Why don't you go to the Roman Catholic Church and to the Christian churches and tell them that they were wrong for giving us a white Jesus?
I do. I can show you on my YouTube comments today. I'm
I
arguing.
ain't talking about no comments. When have you debated a white man and proved to him that Jesus was black? And they got to stop saying.
I do it every time there's a white G. I have comments on YouTube.
Nah. You was on Sidnetter's platform having black men prove they Israelites and who the Edomites are. So when have you debated a white man to prove, or better yet, would you ever debate why the white man created white Jesus instead of a black one?
Of course, I would debate on the side of that is a lie.
No. Why did the white man create the white Jesus? That's my question.
People are racist and they lied.
So you're saying that the Christians, because y'all been propagating white Jesus forever, you do know that, right? So you're saying every white person that propagates white Jesus is racist, right?
No, that's not true. People
How could they not be? Don't they all read the Bible? Don't they read Revelations 1 and Daniel's 10 and it says Jesus is bronze and black? So if we can read that Jesus is black, why are white people still saying Jesus is white?
Because people might read those verses. It's apocalyptic language. If you read the verses in Revelation, it's going to say he's got like fire eyes and he's got 7 stars.
What language says Jesus is white?
None.
So why do white people propagate white Jesus?
I have no idea. Probably because the church has made it like bad pictures, like false pictures of him, and people
Could
believe
it be
it.
y'all would never serve a nigga king?
No, it has nothing to do with
Would
that.
you serve a nigga king?
Listen, you're trying to
Would
say that
you
to get
serve a nigga?
clicks.
Would you serve a nigga king?
Cap, you're better than this. Let's stick to
Would you
information.
serve
Don't
a
try to get
nigga?
a clap.
Would you serve the nigga king? Yes or no?
See, this is a game. You're trying to
It's
get a
not a
clap.
game. I'm being dead ass because do you believe
I
that?
will serve.
Do you
I will
believe?
serve Jesus because he is
Do you
black.
believe
He
that?
is
Do
my
you
king.
believe that
He
Jesus
is
is
my
God?
God. You don't
Do
even
you,
believe Jesus is God.
do you
don't even
believe that? Do you believe that Jesus is God?
Would you worship Jesus as God one day?
Do you believe that Jesus is God?
I know Jesus is God.
So then, Jesus, God. If you believe Jesus is God, then God is a nigga too.
You can call him whatever you want. I'll
That
call him
means God is black. If you believe Jesus is God, then God is black too, right?
Jesus is God and he is black. So in the
So
Hebrew
then that means
form,
God
God
is
is
black.
black.
So that means God is black too, right?
Yeah.
So if God is black, why are your people propagating a white God and a white Jesus?
Listen, I don't speak for the entire race of white people. You think I have that much
But
power
you
that
want
I
to
can
come
do
into the
anything?
black community and challenge as the authority for the white race.
No, I come into the black community and defend Christianity
No,
because
you
you guys
don't.
tell
No, you
us
don't. No, you don't. You don't defend Christianity because Christianity is a fallacy by your thought process. By your thought process, God is black, Jesus is black. So how can you come and try to come at black people for the way that we teach when what you believe in is a fallacy?
Christianity doesn't teach that. The Bible is what Christianity teaches.
Christianity teaches white God, white Jesus, white
Now,
Jewish people. Yes, they do.
that's the dogmas of Roman
It's not
Catholic
dogma.
Church.
It is not
Yeah, it
dogma.
is.
No, it's not dogma.
The
When
Bible
you go
teaches Jesus is black, as you just
the
quoted
Bible,
Revelation.
whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa,
what I
whoa,
believe in.
whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa,
Christianity.
whoa, 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 whoa. The Bible and Christianity are two different
No,
things.
they're not.
Christianity does. So you saying Christianity teaches that Jesus and God is black?
The Bible is Christianity. The Bible teaches that.
No. You can't do that. If Christianity taught that Jesus and God is black, we would have images of Jesus and God being black everywhere. There wouldn't be a white Jesus in Brazil. There wouldn't be a white Jesus in Africa. So I'm gonna ask you, why is there a white Jesus in Brazil and why is there a white Jesus in Africa? Is it because of the Bible or because of Christianity?
Because of dogmas in the church
Is
and
it because
lies
of
in
the
the church.
Bible or because of Christianity?
No, that's not all Christianity. That's just
Yes, it
dogmas in
is.
the church. No,
No,
it isn't.
you can't do that. The Roman Catholic Church, when they brought white Jesus, did they bring the real Jesus or the fake one?
They brought the fake one.
And have they kept my people indoctrinated with that forever?
They've kept white people indoctrinated with that forever
We're not
too.
talking about that. When have they corrected it?
I don't say everything you teach is wrong. You know
And
that,
when have
right?
they corrected it?
You are right to teach
And
Jesus
when
is
have
black.
when have they corrected it?
They have not corrected it. What
And
does that got to do with me?
and that's Christianity, not
No,
the Bible. And
not true Christians.
let me tell you what it is true. It is your true Christians, and you want to know why they won't tell the truth? Because a white man and the white race will never serve a nigger god or a nigger king, and they will always lie and propagate it. And you are a disgusting bastard, just like your father's the white man, because you know what you do? You recognize that Jesus is black, but you come to black people that have been lied to since we've been in America and tell us we cannot be the people of the book, even though the people of the book are black. What gives you the authority to challenge us, black people, on who we are?
What gives me the authority is
Yeah.
that people are telling lies, like you are misrepresenting who
How
are
are we telling a
Israelites.
lie?
Because you don't just say that black people were the Israelites. You say that every black person today in America if their father is black as an Israelite. That's like me
That's
saying
not what
every
we say.
white person.
That's
I know
not.
you don't say every black person because you say some are Hamites.
You just said you say every black person, if their father is black, they're an Israelite. That's still not answering my question. You know what gives you? Let me tell you what gives you the authority. Your white racist supremacy is what gives you the authority because you are a white supremacist. You can't even help yourself.
Do other white supremacists call Jesus black?
Yes. You know why you would call Jesus black? Because white supremacy, your mind knows that the black people that you want to trick will say, he did say Jesus is black. You ever see the movie Get Out? In the movie Get Out, when that black dude came with that white woman and visited that white woman's parents, you know what them parents said? I voted for Obama. See, I'm not racist. But you know what you won't say? You'll say Jesus is black, but you won't say the Israelites are black.
I already say that actual ancient Israelites are predominantly black.
Which is the only, and if the ancient Israelites are black, then the current Israelites are black. You don't lose. You might lose your mind state of what you understand, but you don't lose your ethnicity. And if Hamites, if Canaanites, Egyptians, and Ethiopians still exist from the ancient, then the Israelites still exist. And the Ethiopians didn't change their complexion. The Eskimos didn't change their complexion. So why did the Israelites change their complexion to white? Because all of y'all are white supremacists. And since we've been in America, white devils like yourself have have challenged us to tell us who we are. We would never look to you to identify ourselves. We would never look to you to identify yourself. You're the North America. You're the Indians in the United States right now. You're the Egyptians in Africa right now. You're the Russians. You're the Germans. You're the Greeks. You're all the people that you never really were originally.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with that, but
I'm telling
you do the math.
Where I'm going with it is that the white man is the absolute devil that the Bible speaks of. That's where I'm going with it at.
I can tell you're trying to get like a sound bite and then just hang up on me. You don't really want to talk because you know if I talk, I'm going to start saying factual things and it's not going to.
All I've said was facts. All I've said was facts.
Okay, well, I'm going to say a fact right now. The ancient Egyptians were black. Other black people were in other nations in Africa. There's 54
Were the Ptolemies black? Were the Ptolemies black?
I don't know. I have no idea.
But you said you're speaking fact. Ptolemies that was ruling Egypt, they were white people. Cleopatra, that's a white woman.
You think all Egyptians were white? Why do you guys say that Paul was compared to an Egyptian and that makes him black?
This is how you know the white man is a devil. I didn't ask you about all Egyptians. I just asked you about the Ptolemies. You said you wanted to speak facts. I thought the nigga knew something. He brought up the Egyptians. I thought he knew the history of the Egyptians. I saw. He said the Egyptians, they're black. Or you saw, I said the Ptolemies. The Ptolemies are Greeks.
Cap, don't get. Just let me talk for 5 seconds.
I did let you talk.
Okay. Let me say something.
And you get mad at me because you don't know who the Egyptian Ptolemies were.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something else. What you want to tell me?
If the ancient Israelites were predominantly black, like we both agree they were, I agree with you on that. That doesn't mean every black person is a descendant of the Israelites. That's like saying the ancient Greeks were white, so every white person is related to the ancient Greeks.
But doesn't that mean that the Jewish
it's a math problem.
But doesn't that mean that the Jewish man that claims to be a Jew cannot be the Jew?
Most likely I can't say all white people can't be related. I just said predominantly.
Let me ask you a question. Black. Have you ever went to the Jewish man?
Yes.
And made them prove to you who they are? Have you ever debated? Have you ever debated any Jewish man that said you're not Jewish?
They only say they're Jewish by faith. They don't claim that.
Have you ever? That's a lie. That's a lie.
Some of them.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's why we call a white man a devil. I need you to answer my question.
I'm not lying, by the way.
Have you ever debated a Jewish man and said you're not a Jew?
I've told if any Jewish person said he was
either yes or no. Have you
I've never had that debate, but if I ever had a conversation,
you have debated, but you have come into the black space and told black people.
I've had one debate with a black guy. One debate with Yara.
Black space. You just said in my comment section that you came in debunking One West doctrine. Yet you have never
debate me on it.
You have never debated nobody from One West.
You won't debate me.
Wait, but who have you debated from One West?
You guys all run from me. How can I debate?
Who have you debated from One West?
I can't debate people that are scared.
So the answer is no. You have not debated nobody.
Well, you're from One West, so I guess it's my lucky day because you're going to debate me on if you're an Israelite then, right?
Why would I ever debate you on if I'm an Israelite or not?
Because you claim to be it.
But why would I debate you on that?
Because you act like you are one, so you should. It should.
Why do I have to prove my identity to a white man?
You don't have to prove it, but you're acting like you
I'm glad
can.
you said that. Because I would never prove my identity to the man that took my identity away from me.
I didn't take shit from him.
Yes, you did.
No,
yes, you did. Your fathers, the luxuries that
you don't even know where my fathers are from. What if my fathers are from Australia?
Where you from? Where you from?
New York.
Where's your fathers from?
New York. That's about it. I don't know where my great grandfathers are from.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
So the benefits that you have is based on what your forefathers did to my people, and you actually think I would sit here and try to justify my identity to you?
Prove I'm an Edomite, then we'll do the debate. I just did with Apostle. Prove you call me an Edomite, right?
Well, I didn't call you anything on this call.
But you've called me Esau and an Edomite before.
I've called you nothing but the devil.
That's true.
Yeah, I know it's true. Listen, he accept that one. I've called you nothing but the devil. I would never.
You think I have a problem if you just live your life and call yourself an Israelite? I really don't.
I think you do have a problem with black people being Israelites. You know how I know you have a problem with black people being Israelites? Because you just asked me to prove who I was to you. But you have never asked a Jewish man to prove who he is. You never asked a white man to prove who he is. You've never asked an Arab to prove who he is. But you only ask us to prove who we are. Because white people absolutely abhor black people waking up to their identity.
That's not true. I just don't like.
That's how you deal with white people, y'all. Ryan, I know, don't get rid of him yet. Ryan, the only debate that you might be able to get from me, unmute him for a second. The only debate that I might entertain is if you would have to defend why your people created white Jesus, white God, and white Jews.
Why would I defend something I don't even believe in? And if the dudes are gonna just start muting me, just tell me I'll leave.
I told him to mute you. I just told him to unmute you. That's the only debate. Yeah. The only debate is why were black people given? Excuse me. Why was the earth given? White God, white Jesus, white Jews. That's the only debate. And you see how you said, why would I debate it? Because he knows why. He just won't debate it against me.
Cap, I don't believe that. I teach people Jesus.
I didn't act. Wait, whoa. So that's your problem. I said, why did your people give that to us? I didn't ask you what you believe.
Because although you believe that, that's not racist. Just prove I'm an Edomite.
No. You have to prove.
So you're not going to call me an Edomite ever again?
You have to prove why your racist ancestors gave us a white God, white Jesus, white Jews.
All right, stop.
That's what you
would. I want to talk about the Bible tonight.
That is the Bible. That is the Bible. I said that's the only debate that you might get. So
I don't need to debate you. I'm debating Zion next Sunday. I'm doing
you debating another dumb Negro that don't know how to handle you. I do. That's why you won't take that.
Then you should get in the ring and embarrass me in front of everybody.
I just gave you the topic.
That's a ridiculous topic. I just gave you the topic. Jesus.
I didn't ask you what you believe.
You think people can't see that you're not willing to debate me on if I'm an Edomite or not?
Hey, in my chat, is that a good topic? In my chat.
I don't know why you asked me up.
As a matter of fact, Ryan, ask Sarnetta when I told Sarnetta about that topic if that was a good topic.
Which one?
What I just told you. Why did your ancestors, why were we given a white God, a white Jesus, and white Jews.
How do you not know that? How do you know if my ancestors were black? If I have any black ancestors?
No,
You
that's
say Blake
typical,
Griffin has a white
typical,
son, and he could have
typical white man shit. Typical white man
Bob,
shit.
Bob Marley's dad was white, and he's black.
Yeah,
Like, how could I not have a black
No,
ancestor? How's that
you
mathematically
don't have a black.
impossible?
You don't have a black ancestor.
How do you know? How can you go back 2,000
just said
years
it.
and trace my
I
lineage?
just said it. I just said it.
You just make it up. You just assume it.
I just said it.
No proof whatsoever.
I just said it. The white man said he was the Jew. Nobody questioned him. So I can call you white, and ain't nobody got to question me either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
because you don't question white people about their identity, right?
You try to.
What's the last white person you question their identity?
About what? What identity do they claim?
About what? Because there's not. They claim every identity. They claim it to be the people of God. You said Jesus is black. How could they be the people of God? You should be as angry at them as I am, but you're not.
I have tried to show them that Jesus is God.
You ain't tried shit. You ain't tried.
How do you know what I've tried?
All right, we good.
All right, you just, it's
hey,
over.
how you doing? Hey, how you doing on travel back? You good? Because it's after 12. Yeah. All right. Kadazai, what you want to do, Kadazai? How many? We got phone lines open. Yeah, we got. How you good on time?
I mean, I'm rocking with you.
Hey, that's how you do a white man, man. I bet he won't take that battle. Asha, you want?
No, he definitely won't, because like him defending that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like he's gonna have to admit to himself that he's hateful, and he agrees.
Mm-hmm. And listen, he says Zion Lex is debating him on Deuteronomy 28. I thought Zion Lex was smarter than that. I'm gonna text Zion Lex, see if I can get that debate canceled. Y'all think I'm bullshit.
Most times, right?
Y'all think I'm bullshit. The last number I got for Zion Lex, let me look up Zion Lex number right now. Zion, let me see. Let me go to info. I got two numbers. I'm gonna text both of these numbers. Zion, I'm gonna be like, Shalom, I heard.
But he did say God is black.
Debating white boy on. You can bring the next call on. I'm dead ass serious. I'm texting both numbers.
Y'all's Grace, what's up?
On Deuteronomy.
Yeah, what's going on, Cap?
My brother. What's going on, brother? Go ahead, talk, man. My brother.
Yeah, I just had a question because, like, I don't know. I hear you talk about like white people are Israelites. I mean, not white people.
I never said
Hispanics
Israelites
and all of them, but that Hispanic guy right next to you, his family probably wouldn't even spit on you if you were on fire. So it was just like,
there's niggas that wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire too. What's your point?
So
what's your point, nigga?
My point is, I don't see how they're Israelites, but they hate you. Just
Are you an Israelite? Are you an Israelite? Are you the nigga I was talking to the other day?
No, I don't know who you're talking about, but
you saying we've never had a conversation?
As far as about what? Nope.
You sound familiar. You sound like I was talking to you yesterday. Are you the guy I was talking to and you brought up 1 Kings, the 8th chapter?
No, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Are you an Israelite?
Yes.
How long have you been an Israelite?
About a year.
About a year. Where do you learn that?
On my own.
So nobody's teaching you?
I don't have a specific teacher, no.
So who are the Israelites to you?
The Israelites are, I would say, black people. I don't understand how another group is Israelite when they hate us. Hispanics don't like blacks.
But don't black people hate blacks? So are Africans Israelites?
Are Africans Israelites?
Uh-huh.
I would say yes. We trace our blood back to them.
Didn't Africans sell us to the white man? Damn.
Right. I guess.
Damn.
So then, what is your point? Then? What is your point?
Wait.
What is your point? What is your point?
You just said Hispanics hate us, but the African. Do you know historically the white man never came into the tribe to catch us from Africans? Africans bought us to the white man. No. Africans bought us to the white man. So who hates us more? The Hispanic that wouldn't spit on me if I was burning, or the Africans that sold us and put us in this condition? Who hates us more?
So what's
Answer
your
the
point?
question. Answer the question.
Hispanics hate you more, bro. That's
How
just the
do
reality.
Hispanics hate us more when we're in America in chains because of the Africans that you say are my people that sold us?
So, I mean, to be fair, I can see why you said the Africans aren't your people. You was look how light you are. You try to claim that you don't got white people in your blood.
Now you're going with colorism.
I'm not going with colorism. I'm going with facts.
You can tap him on. Let's get third eye. Is that think eye, third eye? What's that?
Yeah, what's going on, people?
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
I don't know. I feel like the Native Americans, we should look at them the same as we look at the white man, because they owned us too as slaves. You know, that's how Black Wall Street came about. You know, they had to give up. They got their land snatched from them. The government gave it to us, the free slaves. That's what how Black Wall Street got started. You know, so
you know, when it come to like the interaction between blacks and whites in that regard, it's gonna be blacks and Indians in that regard. You know, that was propaganda by the white man to keep us against each other.
Hey, they fought on the side of the Confederacy to keep their.
We fought on the side.
Huh?
We did too, though.
No, I'm talking about this. They wanted to keep their slaves, though.
But we did. You ain't understand what I'm saying. There's a good book you should get called Black Indians, right? When blacks first came over here, we was actually united with the Native Indians because we had a common enemy. Thanks. The white man and his divisiveness allowed Native Indians to have slaves, allowed blacks to have Native Indians, allowed blacks to create that tension between us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm not denying the part of history where you said Native Indians had slaves. I'm just trying to give you the origin of how that hatred and divisiveness was created. You want to say something?
And to add more, when you read this book, Black Indians, right? You'll learn about these two brothers, one so-called Red Seminole, one so-called Black Seminole, Wildcat and Crazy Horse, who loved each other so much and knew that they were the same people. They fought to rescue each other's people from captivity. They unalived the white man to save our people. And you'll also learn how a lot of Native Americans would say that black people were their slaves or their property to protect them from being taken by white people. It was a way of protection, so that way they could not be taken in the middle of the night or say that they belong to someone else.
Yeah, I believe you had. Yeah, you.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't hear him, but does he believe in the Bible?
You said you can't hear him at all?
Yeah, but no, I can't. But does he believe in the Bible?
So the Kadazai wants to know if you believe in the Bible.
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
So Judah and them ain't sell Ephraim into captivity? Like, this ain't some shit. Like, even if we stand on his argument, this ain't some shit that we did to each other?
Kadazai got to give it in bits and pieces. He said, did Judah sell Ephraim into captivity? I'm asking you. Not Kadazai, brother. I'm asking you. Did Judah sell Ephraim into captivity? That's what Kadazai wants.
Me and Joseph. Didn't they sell Joseph?
Yep. They sure did.
Yeah. Like I said, man.
Headshot. I would definitely encourage you to come to class and dive a little bit more into this particular subject.
I know slavery. I know slavery. I know we had black folks. We had a black man. He had one of the biggest plantations in the South.
Yeah, but you further make it so even blacks owning blacks, right, is a thing. So we can't use slavery and the vices that were used as slavery to divide us. That's the point that Kadazai is talking about. That's the point that I'm talking about. So those historical references that you give, you notice we're not denying those historical references. We're just trying to give you the origin of why they were created. I'll give you an example off of us. You ever heard of North and South Korea?
Yeah.
Do you know why there's a North and South Korea? Because the white man divided them. So Russia supports one side of Korea, America supports another side of Korea. That's always been the white man's divisive tactics. When Gaddafi was running Africa, or Libya rather, he went in there and got some Libyans to side with them. There's not a stitch of land that America has been in where he does not get the people to divide them. That's his devilish gift to divide and conquer. And so when we in the Israelite School of UPK, you can't divide and conquer us. We are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in North Central of South America. It always will be. Now, brother, I do got a lot of people. I want to try to get some more people. We're kind of getting packed. So I do want to get some more people. We won't hang up on you. You can stay on there, Third Eye. We're just going to take some phone call. Julius, I see you in the chat. We'll come to you in a second. We're just going to try to get some of the callers that's on the line that's been waiting patiently. Why you can't just minimize that shit, man? I don't want to see that on here. Just maximize. Huh?
If I got 3 people on, I can't let you.
No, I'm talking about the phone lines. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. When you bring it on, it does that, right? Right, you're right. So I learned something. That's the one thing I like about StreamYard. They wouldn't do that with StreamYard. But go ahead.
Got 310.
310-402. You on Cross the Line Radio? What's your name? Where you calling from? And y'all, hey, wait, before you go, sis, give me a 5 if you like the way I did that devil today. Appreciate it. Go ahead, caller.
This is the only person.
Hey, sis, you might. I don't know how you're talking into the mic, but you're kind of going in and out. You're a little choppy.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, calm down. Go ahead, calm down, sis. Go ahead, breathe a little bit. Sis,
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just wanting to say thank you for the shout out. I did hear you last night.
Oh,
I will start getting.
Callie, it's the sister from Cali.
Yes, this is Callie.
Yes.
This is Callie, the one that got you on the hot spot and told you didn't keep your word.
You were supposed to call into the show.
I didn't get a notification, and I didn't get a notification of this show today either.
Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, I did the show. That's right. I did the show, and you ain't show up.
Yes.
The chat was going in on you.
I did. I went, oh no, but I showed up in the chat. I was like, I'm here.
But you showed up at the end. They was mad at you.
Yeah.
They was mad.
Yeah, because I signed in and I was like, why I didn't get no notification? I have it set for everything. So I don't know what happened, even tonight. Your show is really good.
Thank you.
Why do you keep having Ryan on there, dude? He is just.
Okay, well, let me respond. Ryan ain't.
He's a headache.
Yes. So the reason why Ryan was on this show is because I needed my audience to see this is how you treat him. That's all. And you.
Oh yeah, because I was like, didn't he have a homework assignment?
No. That was so that's why I'm glad you said that. That's a different white guy.
Oh God, they all sound the same.
Yeah, don't they? And listen, they all Cointelpro trying to infiltrate the Israelites. So
I'm like, dang.
Yep. So I gave the one white guy that homework assignment. He has to go and infiltrate a white group and see why they propagating white Jesus. And then this guy Ryan, the only debate that I'll do is he has to debate why they created a white God, white Jesus, white Jews. That's it.
They create that stuff to feel powerful because they know the truth.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
And to keep us enslaved. That's the only.
Yes, but it's not working because people are waking up and they're not liking this. They want to keep us under their thumb.
That's right, and that's why the white people keep trying to come up in these spaces, and so we got to. We got to treat them like the devils that they are.
When they know you don't like them, they try to convince you that they're good. And when that doesn't happen, the true horns come out.
That's right. That's right.
But I just want to say thank you for the shout out. I did hear you last night. Katazar, I'm going to start listening to more of your stuff, and I'm going to call you out, too, when you start slipping. I'm just playing.
Hey, before we bring on the next caller, can you bring Lock song? The My Niggas one? We're going to play a quick song. We're not going to play the whole thing. But because we got some people in here, I want to play these songs throughout. Kadazai, this is how you do real promo. Make sure y'all subscribe to Try Vibes. Try Vibes is the app where you can get all this exclusive music. Ashar, can you play this song for me? This is my joint. This is another one of my joints. This ain't the summer anthem, but it's close. It's like not the Zive song. This might be close. That Barzal song, Kadazai, that you did, that beat is fire. So if I had to rank them, I'm going to go Natazah, I'm going to go Lock, I'm going to go Barzal, then I'm going to go Captain Tawar, Captain Nakai, Barzal. That's the order. Play that joint.
But this is
good.
Yo, Lock.
Bring that part back. That scratch is my shit.
Yo, Lock.
No, we about to DJ. You about to DJ, nigga. Bring it back.
stuck, man. Yo, Lot.
Yo, Lot! One more time. Yo, Lot!
Yo, Lot.
Oh, shit.
These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
Lot.
I've been eating pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. Feed the safe, talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see the hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. I was about to Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment, and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental, and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they mental and get the whining like a bitch, just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck, keep it real. Everybody out here lying, save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying in dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they slime with their fingers on the
This shit
crush.
go hard!
Like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that, going ahead and spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that, wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga, hell no. Now she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me come and hit the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, ain't no coming back. On my soul couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, little nigga.
The full Nicky on my
Woo!
They should play this at the
That shit
B-boy
go hard.
contest.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown. That shit go hard, Salakia. All right, you can bring the next call. Cut us out. We probably go maybe to one if that's cool with you, Cut. All right. We got phone calls.
Shout out to Michael Love for the super chat.
Yeah. Are those new oils on the table there? Yes, I do. By the way, I have new oils. This one is called Confidence. I also have Confidence for men and women. This is called Classic Man. I used to have an oil called Classic Man. I lost the ingredients. I got a new one. This is Classic Man. This puts me in like the blue category. And then for the women, I got Angel. There's the only way women get called Angel. Salaki, that's Angel. And then I got Baby. I wanted to call it Baby Oil, but thanks to Diddy and Sakari, I can't call it Baby Oil. Also, I like to shout out Diddy is the chief head priest of Sakari. But this is called Baby. They're all available right now on Cross the Line Radio. Cross the Line Radio. They're all available right now on callgas.com. I got a 25% off sale going to the end of the month. Take advantage. You can bring on the next call.
What is
Confidence
the blue category?
Oh, the Blue Men. I got an oil called Blue Men. So anybody that has smelled Blue Men, it smells in that category. Yeah.
That confidence smell pretty good.
Yeah, the confidence is fire. It gives you confidence. Yeah. Listen, I increased the baby rate. I would like to say something, but I keep my private life private on purpose. So I can. Shout out to my ribs that respect my privacy. Listen, if I could, shout out to my ribs that let me say I got 47 wives knowing I don't have 47 wives. Shout out to my ribs that don't get mad when I say I'm taking applications because they know I'm taking applications. Shout out to my ribs that have written the longest relationship I got is 25. I won't tell you the shortest relationship I got because I don't want you in my business. But shout out to my ribs that have written for me throughout, especially in the truth. If I could, I rarely give love to my ribs publicly. So I'm going to give my ribs public love because y'all tolerate what it means to be married to a man in the truth. What I mean by that is that's what I'm actually married to. I'm not married to them actually. I'm married to the truth actually. So shout out to y'all for understanding that. Salute. All right, you bring on the next call.
Do you ship to Japan?
I do. I ship to Japan. I ship to Antarctica. I ship to Antarctica, to the glaciers. Mount Everest could get delivered. It'd be a helicopter drop the oil right off of Mount Everest. That's what Third Eye TV said, what happened to the butt naked? That's a candle. That's not an oil. I don't sell butt naked. You're not going to diddy me, but I do sell a candle called butt naked, and that's the name of the scent. I didn't create that. All right, we can keep going now. Let's go. I'm the funniest nigga in Israel. You're not going to get nobody funnier than me. Go ahead. 585.
Yeah, I'm funnier than you.
No, you are not. Kadazai, you are not. Kadazai, it's impossible for you to be funnier than me, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna just let you have it, but Israel, no. You put a poll up. I'm just saying.
I should put a poll up. Who's funnier, Kadazai or Tazaryak? I don't know. Kadazai, you don't have the reputation of being funny. You got the reputation of like the no nonsense. They be like, when I be here, they be like, where's Kadazai? We need Kadazai because Tazaryak wouldn't even be that long with him if Kadazai was here.
That's not true. I'm hilarious.
I didn't say you're not funny. See, this is a problem with Judites and Israelites, especially Judah and Ephraim. The beautiful part about Kadazai, me and Kadazai doing the show is I'm Judah, he's Ephraim, chief houses of both kingdoms, so to speak. So, but the problem is we both think we the top at everything. That's the arrogancy of Judah and Ephraim. We both arrogant like that. So Judah, Ephraim, I'm not saying you're not funny. You're just not funnier than me. I'm the funniest nigga in Israel. So I can
put the poll up.
Hey, y'all we're not using 10 ever because that's for people getting off the call. So y'all put a 20 for Kadazai being the funniest. Y'all put a 30. Now I'm gonna be lesser. Y'all put a 20 for Kadazai being the funniest. Y'all put a 15 for Tazaryak being the funniest. That's all. So a 30, a 20 is for Kadazai, a 15 is for Tazaryak. All right, bring the next call on.
Yeah, I'm here,
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a couple. First, the Ryan guy. I remember when he was on some other channel and he said something about bronze. Then he go to black, and then you called him out again. He keep on coming back every time. If it's the platform, that's the platform. He shouldn't even be calling in.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, Third Eye said something funny, Kadazai. He said, put the poll up as crazy pause.
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
Headshot. I can't front Kadazai. That is crazy pause.
We going to the poll.
Yo, it's too late.
All right, caller. Go ahead, caller. What you got?
Yeah, but about the Ryan guy, your new name should be full-time Cat, because like I said, you've been online all day posting and all that. You need boxing gloves and need to tape your hands up because people be coming at you. But now I just want to get back to the Tory Lane case.
Okay.
And what y'all was talking about earlier when you showed the two videos about her lying to Gail and then fake crying and this and that.
Right.
I don't know how to pronounce the other brother's name that's usually does the show for with you. What's
Captain
his name?
Kadazai?
Yeah. He brought up a really, really, really good point about, I think he said something about FD, something with publishing and whatnot.
Yep, he did a good breakdown on that. That's right.
Yeah, so Megan Thee Stallion, she got her whole contract renegotiated with Roc Nation, and all of that stuff is like kind of tied into everything with Tory Lanez and everything that was going on. But now if they trying to really retrial or redo Tory Lanez for what he got sentenced for the 10 years and whatnot, it's going to look like perjury, because unless he said he had that gun and that's my gun, 3 days before she said she had glass in her foot, then she said she got shot in both of her feet.
Right.
It just keep on going like it's like a false narrative. When is Megan Thee Stallion going to be held accountable for what she said on the stand at the trial or whatever? And then on top of that, I didn't know Tory Lanez had one of them order of protections that he had to pay $350,000, where she said he came over and broke this and broke that, and he had to pay the money for the case and this and that. And she said she felt that she was going to lose her life to Tory Lanez. That's what she told the police. If you go on Wikipedia and you look up
That's what
Megan
makes
Thee
this
Stallion,
diabolical.
yeah, no, because I'm actually looking into it. You know, I only the news and what the news say. So after it was over, okay, now they saying, okay, this dude got stabbed in jail, and somebody tried to kill him. They don't want it. That was to me, I think that was a hit. So he can't get out and get his money because he know how to make money now off of what he was doing, what your brother said about the publishing. And that's going to make her look really bad if she got to go back in court and then she get locked up because she's the quote unquote moose knuckle and all that do all that everybody like and blah blah blah. Like she the head of all that movement.
Yeah, real tough. That's why, like when this comes out, I don't think people realize the ramifications of this here. Like the ramifications if this is true. Everything that they said leading up. When she was talking to Gail, she said homeboy was standing out. That Diddy was standing out. I'm sorry, I said Diddy because I'm looking up something on here. That Tory was hanging out the window shooting.
Yeah, and that's a blatant lie.
That's a blatant lie. You're right.
Now, unless his fingerprints was on that gun, and just like how you said before, if he ain't have none of the residue on his hands, how can y'all charge him for possessing a gun if he didn't have it?
Mm-hmm.
Then someone saw what was happening and said that he was not the one that was shooting.
Right.
I don't understand how that went to trial and how the jury convicted him. But Cap, I'm gonna let y'all get to the call. I just had to call in and say that because I actually looked it up. All right, bro.
No, you was gonna say I actually looked it up. I wanted to get your last thought. Are you straight?
Oh yeah. I actually looked it up and I looked deeper into it, and it looked like just from the videos that you posted when you first started this live stream about Megan Thee Stallion lying, she's been lying the whole time.
The whole time.
So how did they hold her credibility, and how did the jury convict him? Now, don't get me wrong, he's from a different country, so maybe they look at him a little different or whatever, but if the facts are the facts, and they saying they took bullets out her foot and this and that, like who shot her? Where was the gun? Did you guys do forensic evidence? Did you test him? Or did he just say that was my gun because he was protecting her? You get what I'm saying? That's the only way I could think. You in a car with somebody or whatever, you around and you say it's yours, you going down for it.
Yeah.
Did he do that or did he not? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I got no.
And in 2015, Megan Thee Stallion got assault charges on her boyfriend. Like, remember how we was talking about the Diddy case, how they brought out the Cassie video about him beating her ass and this and that?
Right.
It's obviously, okay, so y'all diminishing his character. Why y'all not diminishing her character? It showed that she beat the dude up.
Yeah. I think you talk about with Diddy or you talk about with Tory?
No, I'm talking about Diddy. They bringing out videos about Diddy beating up Cassie. That video in the hotel.
They just released the full 15-minute video of him doing that. And that's the character assassination. So the defense's attorneys, it's their job to diminish Cassie's. And I think based on what I've seen so far and what I was saying earlier, people need to understand that what they're presenting for Diddy has nothing to do with his guilt or innocence of the case. It has to do with his character.
Of his charges.
Right. It has to do
of his charges.
Right.
It's
just with the character. And by showing that Cassie is with it, these are just two individuals that was in a weird, freaky, kinky ass relationship. It's no different than what we seeing with Shannon Sharp and that white bitch. They was in a kinky relationship. Now, I'm not taking away from Diddy beating on Cassie. I'm not justifying that. But Cassie is not an innocent woman in this. She's culpable.
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying.
So, Cat,
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you something, right? Because I had conversations with a couple of different people about this today, right?
Uh-huh.
So I read, and I'm gonna tell you something. That case is a little too freaky for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little
I'm not a freak. I said I'm definitely not a freak.
Yeah, I can't never say that. I can't never call myself that title because that nigga is the freak of the week. That is Freaky Zeke. But what I'm trying to say is, you know what I'm saying, all jokes aside, she was 22, you know what I'm saying, trying to get in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? This cat, clearly abusive, powerful, you know what I'm saying? And she's trying to please her man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that there's some grooming involved, drugging, things of that nature? Because it's like, I'm not telling you that over. I think that there's certain things you could get accustomed to. So my question is to play, like, I guess, you know, advocate for the other side based off the arguments I heard. You don't think this is something she was groomed or coerced into?
I don't think it could. I wouldn't deny nothing. I wouldn't deny grooming. I wouldn't deny no grooming. I wouldn't deny that Diddy knowing that this young girl is impressionable and convinces her to do it. I wouldn't deny that. No, I wouldn't say that.
Can I add to what both of y'all just said?
Yeah, if you could let me.
You could
let me finish.
you could be groomed into anything, but she was texting him that she liked it.
Dude, you gotta let me finish. I don't mind you chiming in. Just let me finish. So I don't disagree. So Kadazai, I wouldn't say that she wasn't, but I also wouldn't say that she did not like it. It's damn near like when you introduce people to drugs, they never knew of drugs until you introduced it to them. And then there's some people that don't like it. There's gonna be some people that like it. So yeah, she could have been introduced to that life, but that doesn't mean that she didn't like it once she was introduced to it. So it could be a combination of both, or it could end up being she was totally tricked into it. I wouldn't argue either way.
Okay. Just because this is some of the arguments that I've heard. Just, you know what I'm saying, just to be fair and polarized, and I just want to cover all bases if we're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, the media, because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, like, you know, that video said a lot. The fact that Diddy paid her out of court, like he damn near zelled her that money, you know what I'm saying, and then we've seen and heard rumors of shady business practices. Like, he does not have a good reputation inside of his character, you know what I'm saying? And then now, like, what's even more astonishing is that this cat was really on some gangsters. There was car bombs and, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some sick shit.
Yeah, I don't deny none of that. But she could have said no. The only thing about it is that at no point did she, at least in the testimony, do we hear that she said no and was forced.
Yes, and then that's the big one.
Because if she said no and was forced, we having a totally different conversation. And that's the only thing that I don't hear, because then that would be trafficking. Like, remember, this case is about sex trafficking. What they talking about with them, Cassie is ordering drugs herself. Cassie is ordering escorts herself. Cassie said she stayed with Diddy because she didn't want Diddy to get another woman.
She was looking forward to the freak offs.
So that's what I mean, Kadazai. It's hard to say she's not groomed. It's hard to say she was. It's hard to say either one. This is just some freaky shit. Some freaky shit.
It's just some freaky shit. And one of the things I said this earlier. I'm like, one, I don't know who she married to. I ain't even seen what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? But whoever her husband is, gotta be sick to his stomach. And whatever. I said
I said that earlier. You didn't see the video on my page with Dave Chappelle?
With Dave Chappelle, that was like one of the perfect videos. And then even on top of that, Cap, you know what I'm saying? Like, her baby, like they need to move to the Amazon and live in a hut. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like, imagine they send that baby and he grow up and go to school.
Right.
And it's not like your mom was on OnlyFans. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's like Diddy was pissing on your mama. Damn.
That's nasty work. That's nasty work,
God. That's just the reality. Like, that's crazy. Like, you there's only two things you could do after that: fight the earth or kill yourself.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You said a lot. Drop that science, brother.
Yeah, you know what, Cap?
Told you I'm the funniest nigga. Told you. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We gave y'all an extra, almost a whole hour of Cross the Line Radio. Next time, show up on time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask one more question to the caller?
Yeah.
Caller, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still there.
Who's funnier, Captain Tazarek or Captain Katazar?
See, I don't really see. I see Captain Odd all the time. I only see him on the late night show, and I barely watch it. But I got to give it to Captain. I'm sorry, I got to give it to Captain. I haven't heard enough from him, and he do have some certain stuff that he be saying when the callers be coming and tripping and whatnot. So I see them too, but I saw more from Cap because I see more content from Cap. That's all.
So in all fairness, that don't count because he ain't seen enough. See.
What the chat look like? You count them 20s yet?
There's a good amount of 20s and 15s. Yeah, sir. There's even some 25s, some 35s.
Because the chat don't know what they doing. They all right.
2015.
Yeah, it's been a lot of 2015s though, Kadazai, real talk. Meaning like they don't want to decide between the two of us. So how about we both just funny? We work well together. We've been rocking this.
You know what, Cap? We Ephraim and Jew. We the bow and arrow, Cap. We both
this
funny.
joint for like 11 years.
Crazy, right?
11 years.
What happened? There was no 10-year anniversary show. Big party.
Oh, you know what's funny? Because I don't celebrate a lot of things like that. I don't think like that. Like 10-year anniversary, stuff like that. I never thought about that. But yeah, we've been rocking together for 11 years, me and Kadazai. By accident. Kadazai was, this show was just Kadazai's show. And
yeah, and then Captain Zark was like, "Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis." And then he pulled up.
That's a lie. And so what I was trying to,
you see, I got the whole room laughing though.
What'd you say?
So you see, I got the whole room laughing.
You told one little joke, man. So anyway,
it's quality over quantity.
Oh, have mercy, man. So how I got on the show, so when Kadazai was doing the show, it was all dreadful and dreary. Yeah, we're gonna go to Isaiah 11.
Dreadful and dreary. This is crazy.
We're gonna go to Isaiah 11 and 12, and it was like him as a car, and they doing the show. And from my
bro, we were officers of 50. Like, what are we talking about here?
You was not a 50. You was a 5,000. No, was you? No, yeah, you.
No.
At that time, you was either 5,000 or 500 at that time. And so, my experience with doing a radio show with Commander Jenny Hanna, I just told Kadazai, I said, let me come on there and do a couple of shows with you, so I could kind of give you what I learned, because I wasn't planning on staying. And then after like maybe 2 or 3 shows we did together, Kadazai saw the chemistry. And so Kadazai was like, hey man, why don't we just do the show together and just stay on? And so that's how we did it. We used to be on Linkage Radio up there in Queens or Mount Vernon, New York. And for those that really remember us, we used to do this show from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. because that's
Jesus
the only
Christ. I don't know how the hell we did that.
To this day, Kadazai, to this day, because we used to go, so we used to do the classes at the rec center. They over at 9. We used to go to Zakar.
You cut out.
Depot. I'll be trying to fathom how. Sometimes I would get my daughter after the radio show. I couldn't understand how we was doing half the shit we was doing. We had Loaded Lux on the show. We had Hassan Campbell on the show. We had some people like on the show, and so that's where we came from. Like 11 years rocking this joint out.
Sounds like we're overdue for an anniversary party.
I don't need no anniversary. I ain't no woman, so I don't need no anniversary party or nothing like that. But
What you know? I mean,
they say no sound.
for the people. Yeah.
Yeah, they say no sound. You messed up the sound or something. So, but we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We'll see y'all next week. Until the next time,